the NFL. It's on Westwood 1.
Mahomes is looking, spins out of a tackle. Mahomes flips it into the end zone, caught, touchdown Kansas City.
I mean, seriously.
Clyde Edwards-Helaire in the back of the end zone on a jump shot from Patrick Mahomes extends the KC lead.
What are we doing here?
I mean, that's unreal.
Allen looking to his left, running to his left, sets up and throws to his right. Pass is complete. Diggs is open in the end zone. Touchdown, Bills. Everybody was moving left to right, and Josh Allen was able to throw it back to Diggs to give the Bills a 16-7 lead.
The Eagle quarterback gets the shotgun snap. He takes it, runs it himself around the right side, 25, 20, far sideline 15, a block at the 10, cuts inside the 5, pushes a pile, drives, scores! Hurts with a terrific run! Magnificent!
Every primetime game.
Whatever it takes.
All season long.
The only thing matters is the win. That's it.
The road to Super Bowl 57 is on Westwood 1.
Let's go, man.
Now, let's head to the stadium and join Bill Rosinski and Ross Tucker.
We welcome you to Allegiant Stadium for an AFC West Division matchup in part one of our special Saturday NFL doubleheader as the 13-3 Kansas City Chiefs visit the 6-10 Las Vegas Raiders. Today's broadcast of the National Football League on Westwood 1, sponsored by Barbasol Shaving Cream, by CDW, by AutoZone, by Hulu Plus Live TV, by Culligan Water, and by NFL.com.
Find out what channel your team is playing on by going to SiriusXM.com/sports.
Hi, everyone. I'm Bill Rosinski, along with Ross Tucker. Scott Graham will join us shortly from our Westwood 1 studios. Later today on many of these same stations, it'll be the Tennessee Titans and the Jacksonville Jaguars in Game 2 of our Saturday doubleheader. But first, it's time for the Chiefs and the Raiders. This past Monday night, Buffalo Bills defensive back Damar Hamlin suffered cardiac arrest on the field in Cincinnati. The NFL came to a stop. But since then, the news of Damar's recovery has been very good. And as we begin the final weekend of the regular season this afternoon, we turn from sadness to celebration, a celebration of life and Damar Hamlin's continued recovery. Ross Tucker, we've never seen a week like this in the NFL. Hopefully never again. You've been down on the field, talked to the players. This has been an emotional week for everyone concerned.
It really has been, Bill, and getting a chance to talk to the guys. It's interesting. Both teams were wearing the same black T-shirt honoring Damar Hamlin, which is interesting to see the Chiefs players wearing a black and white T-shirt before the game. But everybody's heart is obviously in the right place. I talked to multiple players that said that, earlier in the week, the thought of playing today was tough. But as the days went by and positive news regarding Damar Hamlin continued to come out, by today and by the last couple of days, they really felt pretty good about it and felt ready to go.
Yeah, still in critical condition. The Bills updated with another tweet today that he continues to be just recovering just fine. So that is great news. All right, so we have a football game to play today. Now, I'm not going to talk to you. You're a Princeton guy. And I'm not going to bring you in at some point in the broadcast to talk about when they might need a neutral site for a playoff game. The one thing we know today, if the Kansas City Chiefs win, they're the number 1 seed in the AFC.
And that is extremely valuable. It's interesting, Bill, because I did talk to some of the players and coaches for the Chiefs about the fact that there's a chance they might not be able to host the AFC Championship game, even if they're the number 1 seed. They said, listen, it's a unique situation, unique circumstance. It's fine by us. They said Andy Reid tells them we'll play anywhere. We'll play in a McDonald's parking lot. It doesn't matter. But what they did say is we got to win today. I mean, none of that scenarios, none of that other stuff matters at all if the Chiefs lose this game.
All right, and as far as the Raiders are concerned, a season that has not gone the way they expected. But if first impressions mean anything, boy, did Jarrett Stidham impress everybody his first start last week for the Raiders at quarterback.
Well, it's funny, Bill, because last week the conversation was all about Derek Carr and Derek Carr being benched and Derek Carr potentially being traded this offseason. Then Jarrett Stidham went out there and led the Raiders to over 500 total yards against the number one ranked Niners defense. So now the conversation this week is all about Jarrett Stidham. Can he do it again? And is he part of the Raiders' future?
We will find out. Much more to come from Las Vegas as we approach kickoff between the Chiefs and the Raiders. But when we return, Scott Graham joins us from our Progressive Insurance studios. For a job you'll love, visit progressive.com/careers today. This is Westwood One's coverage of the National Football League.
SiriusXM is the destination for the best in podcasts. Get started on your 2023 resolutions. Learn about all kinds of relationships on This Is Love with Phoebe Judge. Get intimate with open conversation on the Good Sex podcast. Hear Dan Savage's brutal but useful advice on Savage Love. And solve the mystery of your singledom on Why Won't You Date Me with Nicole Byer. Improve your relationships in 2023 with SiriusXM podcasts. All are available now on the SXM app, included with all trials and popular plans. SiriusXM is the destination for the best in podcasts. Get started on your 2023 resolutions. From parenting to finances to good sleep, put it all together with the Life Kit podcast. Kick the tires and hit the gas on Go Racing with Adam Carolla. And get cozy and creative on the Stitch Please podcast. Do something new in 2023 with SiriusXM podcasts. All are available now on the SXM app, included with all trials and popular plans. 2023 is your year, so tap into the sound of a fresh start and tackle all your resolutions with motivating music from Lizzo, Dolly Parton, Queen, and more. The ultimate New Year fresh start music mix. Jump in now, only on the SXM app, included in all trials and popular plans.
Sometimes music is the motivation. So fuel your 2023 shape-up with specially designed app-exclusive workout channels from SiriusXM's Hip Hop Nation,
Throw a lot of money on clothes.
BPM, Pop 2K, and more. With more than 10 to choose from, the music that moves you is just a tap away. Now, for a limited time on Channel 104, or listen to them anytime and anywhere on the SXM app, included with all trials and popular plans.
NFL pregame show sponsored by FanDuel Sportsbook. Make every moment more with FanDuel, an official sportsbook partner of the NFL. Now, here's your host, Scott Graham.
From our Westwood One studios, getting you ready for Week 18 doubleheader action. Later on tonight, the Tennessee Titans and Jacksonville Jaguars face off for the AFC South Division title in a one-game winner-take-all. But first, the team making its case for the number one overall seed in the AFC tries to sew up that spot in Las Vegas as the Kansas City Chiefs, winners of now 7 straight AFC West titles, take on the Raiders. For Kansas City, it's a mix of the usual suspects and some wrinkles that have led them to their 13-3 record. In addition to Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce, Jerick McKinnon has become more than just a secondary contributor in the second half of the season. He scored an eye-popping 8 touchdowns in the last 5 weeks, and his 5 straight games with a receiving touchdown as a full-time running back, that's a first in the NFL since all the way back in 1947. I asked Jerick this week where this newfound nose for the end zone is coming from.
It's just the opportunity, I would say. Pretty much every team I've been on, I've kind of been used in a similar way of some sort. These last couple of weeks, I think you're just seeing just opportunity meet in preparation. And, me just trying to, make the most out of the opportunity and, the plays that are called. And, if I get the ball, whether I don't get the ball, just maximize the opportunity. That's what I've been trying to do all season. But, the opportunity as of late has come into my hands.
You have been with other teams, and you were in different offensive schemes with Minnesota and with San Francisco. I've talked with guys who are your teammates right now and who have played for the Kansas City Chiefs, and I'm going to guess that in some ways, for an offensive player walking into that situation in Kansas City, it's like walking into an amusement park because there are so many potential options there and things that can happen. Is it a little like that?
It is definitely like that. When you're complimented by so many, great athletes, it definitely going to make your job that much more easier. We got Pat, Trav, all those guys on the outside, man, unbelievable playmakers. Makes it hard for defense to kind of, scheme and, look at one guy. But, just collectively, man, we do a great job at just, supporting one another and then making plays when our numbers called.
When you take a look at the Raiders, it's a division opponent. It's an opponent you've seen before. You know them pretty well. What do you see from Las Vegas on film?
The same thing we saw last time, man. They got great athletes on the perimeter. The defense, man, they're playing good. 98, Max Crosby, man, he's a force to be reckoned with. And we know we're going to get their best shot. They almost beat us at home the first time we played them. So we remember that. We got that in the back of our heads. And we know we're going on a away game. The atmosphere is going to be crazy out in Vegas. So we got definitely a lot to look forward to.
This is a special time in your career because you're a guy who came up and probably got stunted a little bit by the injuries that you had and the subsequent problem that came off the injury that you had in San Francisco. Are you able to kind of settle into this mentally right now and realize that this is a special time for you personally?
Yeah, of course. When I went through what I had to go through, my main focus and the positivity that I could keep at the current time was, for this moment. Now, am I going to sit here and say, like, the record breaking and all that stuff? Nah, but as far as just, having the opportunity.
Football season is underway, so now is the perfect time to download FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook. Because right now, new customers get a no-sweat first bet up to $1,000. That's free bets back. If your first bet doesn't win, just sign up with the promo code WIN. FanDuel has all your favorite bets from the money line to point spreads to player props. So sign up today with promo code WIN for your no-sweat first bet. Make every moment more this season with FanDuel, an official sportsbook partner of the NFL.
Must be present in state where lawful to wager. 21 plus in select states. First online real money wager only. Refund issued as non-withdrawable free bets that expire in 14 days. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Visit fanduel.com/RG. Colorado, Iowa, Michigan, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Illinois, Virginia. 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT-STEP to 53342. Arizona, 1-800-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org/chat. Connecticut, 1-800-9-WITH-IT. Indiana, Kansas, 1-800-522-4700 or visit ksgamblinghelp.com. Louisiana, 1-877-770-STOP. New York, 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. Tennessee Redline 1-800-889-9789. Wyoming, West Virginia 1-800-522-4700 or visit 1-800-GAMBLER.net.
From the money line to point spreads to player props. So sign up today with promo code WIN for your no-sweat first bet. Make every moment more this season with FanDuel, an official sportsbook partner of the NFL.
Must be present in state where lawful to wager. 21 plus in select states. First online real money wager only. Refund issued as non-withdrawable free bets that expire in 14 days. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Visit fanduel.com/RG. Colorado, Iowa, Michigan, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Illinois, Virginia. 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT-STEP to 53342. Arizona, 1-800-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org/chat. Connecticut, 1-800-9-WITH-IT. Indiana, Kansas, 1-800-522-4700 or visit ksgamblinghelp.com. Louisiana, 1-877-770-STOP. New York, 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. Tennessee Redline 1-800-889-9789. Wyoming, West Virginia, 1-800-522-4700 or visit 1-800-GAMBLER.net.
Welcome back to our special Saturday NFL doubleheader on Westwood One from the Progressive Insurance Studios. I'm Scott Graham. Drivers who switch and save with Progressive save nearly $700 on average. Call or click today to find out if Progressive could save you hundreds on your car insurance. And when the Raiders acquired Davante Adams this season, it was supposed to be one of the final pieces of the puzzle. After a playoff appearance last year, Las Vegas was bringing in arguably the most prolific receiver in the league to catch passes from his old college teammate, Derek Carr. As we know by now, that happy ending didn't come this year. And even though Adams heads into the day with more targets, receptions, and receiving touchdowns than anyone in the NFL in the last 5 years, his season is going to end today. And without his old Fresno State buddy at quarterback. I asked Davante this week about the frustration of wrapping up a losing season.
You just got to kind of take it for what it is. It's obviously not the way that we drew it up and not the way we wanted it to end, but there's something positive we can take from it. I mean, we did a lot of good things this season, had a lot of, probably the most close games that there was, decided by one possession. Hopefully finish this year strong with a victory. That's the hope and the plan, and we're preparing like we're going to go out and do exactly that.
When the move was made at quarterback, you were asked questions, and everything you said was spot on, right, classy, and at the same time, I'm sure there was an emotional level for you that was disappointment because you're talking about a college teammate of yours, a guy who you share a relationship with. How tough was that for you?
Yeah, it was obviously tough. It's a big reason why I ended up here, and it's something that's a tough pill to swallow, and you want better for your boy, but it's not going to be the end for him. So, I just try to just keep my mind in the right place and help him keep his mind in the right place and finish this year off about as good as we can, and everybody have another chance to give it another crack, wherever they end up, next season. And obviously I wish the best for him, and I'll be communicating and in close contact with him throughout the whole process too.
not to get too heady, but a little bit more than a week ago, 2 weeks ago, whatever it is now, Davante Adams turned 30, and here you are in a situation that's a new one with a new team and moving forward and looking forward. Where are you right now in terms of where you want to be?
I'd say that I'm not where I want to be all the way because I want to be in the playoffs. So mainly that, but individually and mindset and spirit and all of that, I'm at peace. I'm in a good place. I'm playing for the organization that I grew up loving, and obviously didn't finish off this season the way we wanted to, as far as having our chances to be in the postseason. But like I said, I'm at peace knowing that I've given it everything that I have this year, and I'm gonna continue pouring everything that I have into it to make this team progress forward and be able to get where we ultimately want to be. So just got to keep improving and keep pulling people along, and hopefully we can do this thing right the next year.
Davante Adams is one of the great players and gentlemen in this game. Should Las Vegas get a lead today, by the way, don't go away. 2022 Raiders, the first team in NFL history to lose 5 games in which they had a double-digit lead in the second half. Still to come, what did the cancellation of Monday night's Bills-Bengals game mean for today and the upcoming postseason? We'll sort it all out. This is Westwood One's coverage of the National Football League.
Hey, I'm Brian Dunseth from SiriusXM FC. Every Monday, join Tom Rennie and me as we go all around the soccer world on our podcast, Week in the Tackle.
Enter our private circle.
From the significant...
There is a lot of reason to think they're going to win this tournament.
To the absurd.
This little car comes on, like...
We cover the soccer stories we find interesting on Week in the Tackle. Available for free on Stitcher or your favorite podcast platform.
NFL fans, right now on the SXM app, hear in-depth coverage of your team with the Believe Podcast Network on SiriusXM. It's all the analysis, all the breakdowns that matter to you, hosted by the players who played for your team and the fans who eat, sleep, and breathe it. 32 diehard fan bases, 32 podcasts. The Believe Podcast Network on SiriusXM. BLEAV. Search Believe in, followed by your team on the SXM app, Pandora, Stitcher, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Start off your morning right with the best coverage of the Conference of Champions on Pac-12 this morning.
There will be no league that has more juice and more sex appeal than the Pac-12. You have 3 legitimate Heisman candidates. Not like make a case, like legit city. Caleb Williams, Michael Penix Jr., and Bo Nix. You got 3 real dudes.
Don't miss Pac-12 this morning. Weekdays starting at 8 a.m. Pacific on Sirius XM Channel 373 and on the SXM app.
Hi, everybody. Christopher Mad Dog Russo here. Familiar? You should be. Well, now you can catch Mad Dog's Daily Bite each day as a podcast, where you'll hear my thoughts and opinions on the biggest topics around the world of sports. NFL, baseball, golf, NBA, even the hockey. That you know you can count on. That's Mad Dog's Daily Bite. Drops daily anywhere you get your podcasts. And you can also hear me weekdays 3 to 6 Eastern on Mad Dog Unleashed, Sirius XM Channel 82, or anytime on the SXM app.
Focus has been on one man, 24-year-old Damar Hamlin, the Buffalo Bills safety who collapsed on the field in Cincinnati on Monday night after suffering a sudden cardiac arrest. After a heroic effort by emergency response teams, he was revived and his life was saved. As the week progressed, so did Hamlin's recovery, and yesterday, with his breathing tube removed, he was able to chat with his Bills teammates via FaceTime. When that near tragedy occurred, the game was suspended, ultimately canceled, so that left 2 teams with 1 fewer game on the schedule and handed the Chiefs the chance they have today to wrap up the top seed. But for the sake of equity, the NFL announced a plan yesterday that could include a neutral site game in the AFC Championship if the participating teams played an unequal number of games and both could have been the number 1 seed. That could affect Kansas City, Buffalo, and Cincinnati. And Mike North, the NFL's vice president in charge of broadcasting, told me yesterday why.
I can tell you that what the overriding consideration was from the commissioner and really from everybody was trying to address very specific inequities and in a real strategic, surgical manner. This was not intended to be impacting many, many teams. This was really only focused on the teams that were most impacted by the cancellation of Buffalo Cincy. And so the decision was made that should Kansas City get to the championship game and be hosting either Buffalo or Cincinnati, in a manner where if the Buffalo-Cincinnati game had gotten played, either Buffalo or Cincinnati could have leapfrogged Kansas City for the 1 seed. Then in that very narrow set of circumstances, we'll move the championship game to a neutral site.
Now, the other wrinkle includes a potential Cincinnati-Baltimore matchup in the wild card round. If the Ravens win tomorrow, they would have swept the Bengals but not won the division title.
At Staples, you can count on every project being print perfect, guaranteed.
I need presentations and brochures printed, and they have to be perfect.
Your bounded presentations, brochures with the finest folds, and more will be done right every time. That's our Print Big promise. Now at Staples, get $10 off your document printing and marketing materials order of $50 or more, plus 20% back by a store bonus. Try Staples and see the difference. Ends 2/11. Rewards members only. Bonus must be redeemed in store. See staples.com/stores/printbig for details.
Shop limited time deals at the Truckload event at Lowe's, happening now. Save big on your favorites across the store. During this event, get up to 50% off select tools and accessories. Plus, find the perfect floor tile for your home for less. Get up to 50% off select styles while you can. Head to your local Lowe's store or visit Lowes.com to shop the Truckload event today. Valid 12/29 to 1/25 while supplies last. Selection varies by location. See Lowes.com for details. Discount taken at time of purchase.
Dollars or more, plus 20% back by a store bonus. Try Staples and see the difference. Ends 2/11. Rewards members only. Bonus must be redeemed in store. See staples.com/stores/printbig for details.
Shop limited time deals at the Truckload event at Lowe's, happening now. Save big on your favorites across the store. During this event, get up to 50% off select tools and accessories. Plus, find the perfect floor tile for your home for less. Get up to 50% off select styles while you can. Head to your local Lowe's store or visit Lowes.com to shop the Truckload event today. Valid 12/29 to 1/25 while supplies last. Selection varies by location. See Lowes.com for details. Discount taken at time of purchase.
We welcome you back to Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas as we get you set for the first game that's going to be played in the final weekend of the NFL's regular season. The Chiefs and the Raiders, Bill Rosinski along with Ross Tucker. Time for Ross to advise us what each team needs to do in order to win. Sponsored by Fidelity Wealth Management. With Fidelity Wealth Management, your dedicated advisor can help you call an audible when your needs change. Learn more at fidelity.com/wealth. Investment minimums apply. Fidelity Brokerage Services, LLC. All right, Ross, let's start with the visiting Chiefs. How do they wrap up number 1 seed in the AFC?
Well, Bill, by getting off to a good start. We all saw what Jarrett Stidham did last week in his first start for the Raiders. 365 yards, 3 touchdowns against the number 1 ranked Niners defense. But he was playing with a lead most of that game. It's a different scenario if the Chiefs are able to jump on them early. We'll see how Stidham can play coming from behind if the Chiefs are able to do that. And then defensively, anybody but Devontae Adams. I mean, if you're the Chiefs, you can't let the guy that's already set the franchise record for receiving yards in the season and has over 100 yards in every single AFC West game this season, you cannot let him be the guy that beats you, especially cheap and deep over the top.
All right, and how about the just win baby Raiders? How do they close out the season with a victory?
Would love to see them ground and pound. Josh Jacobs had 154 yards in the first meeting against the Chiefs. He leads the NFL with over 1,600 yards. It's been a tough week for him, both personally and dealing with an injury, but that still is the Raiders' best chance if they're able to contain and control the ground game. Meanwhile, on defense, it's Travis Kelce. I mean, he's got 19 more catches, 400 more yards, and 3 more touchdowns than any other tight end. He still is Patrick Mahomes' go-to guy. Make some of these more inexperienced receivers be the guys that beat you if you're the Raiders.
All right, home field edge here. I see a lot of red in the crowd, don't you?
There is a lot of red. Hey, it's a Saturday game, and you get to come to Vegas for the night. It's a nice trip for the Chiefs fans for sure.
And, of course, we're enclosed. I think the temperature about 60 degrees this afternoon in Las Vegas. Nothing wrong with that. Stay with us. We're working our way towards kickoff between Kansas City and Las Vegas. This is Westwood One's coverage of the National Football League.
Stay up to date with all things Big Ten. Weekdays from 8 to 11 on Big Ten Radio.
The Big Ten, for so long, it was Ohio State, and then it was a massive gap. I think Big Ten as a conference is in a much better place. Michigan's there. Watch out for Penn State. Minnesota has quietly put together some really, really successful seasons. A lot of great coaching hires. You add in USC and UCLA. Watch out, baby. Big Ten conference is a force to be reckoned with.
Big Ten This Morning on Sirius XM Channel 372.
The magic of the FA Cup is on Sirius XM FC. Don't miss a clash of giants this Sunday. It's Manchester City's scoring machine.
De Bruyne, left foot shot, so easy, so good, so clinical.
Against a star-laden Chelsea side.
Through for Kai Havertz, that is a stunning second goal for Chelsea.
Don't miss the FA Cup on Sirius XM FC. Coverage kicks off Sunday at 11:30 Eastern on Sirius XM FC 157 and the SXM app. The magic of the FA Cup is on Sirius XM FC. Don't miss a clash of giants tomorrow. It's Manchester City's scoring machine.
De Bruyne, left foot shot, so easy, so good, so clinical.
Against a star-laden Chelsea side.
Through for Kai Havertz, that is a stunning second goal for Chelsea.
Don't miss the FA Cup on Sirius XM FC. Coverage kicks off tomorrow at 11:30 Eastern on Sirius XM FC 157 and the SXM app.
Get the VIP treatment. With the SiriusXM Platinum VIP plan, you get everything you love about SiriusXM on up to 2 radios and 2 SXM app logins for one great price. Enjoy opportunities for exclusive experiences, dedicated customer care, and access to Stitcher Premium Podcasts. It's all included with your Platinum VIP subscription. Call 855-268-1820 and become a VIP. Offer details apply. Not available in Canada.
Buffalo Bills as he continues his recovery. And we thank the first responders and medical professionals involved in his care. At this time, the Raiders ask everyone to join us in a moment of support and love for DeMar and cheer for him and his family as they continue their fight.
An emotional moment just moments ago here at Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas. DeMar Hamlin, the Buffalo Bill defensive back, cardiac arrest on Monday, but it looks like he is recovering nicely. That's the word again from the Bills today. And there are other tributes to him, like on the field at the 30-yard lines. The number 3 is highlighted here in Buffalo blue. There are players on the field wearing T-shirts that say love for number 3 and DeMar. The Bills tomorrow wore patch number 3 on their jersey when they take on New England. Ross, this
is it. The putt to win the tournament. If you sink it, the championship is yours. But on your backswing, your hat falls over your eyes. Is this how you're running your business? Poor visibility because you're relying on spreadsheets and outdated finance software? To see the full picture, you need to upgrade to NetSuite by Oracle. NetSuite is the #1 cloud financial system to power your growth. With visibility and control of your financials, inventory, HR, planning, budgeting, and more. NetSuite is everything you need to grow all in one place. With NetSuite, you can automate your processes and close your books in no time while staying well ahead of your competition. 93% of surveyed businesses increase their visibility and control after upgrading to NetSuite. Over 32,000 businesses already use NetSuite. For the new year, NetSuite is a new financing program for those ready to upgrade at netsuite.com/touchdown. Head to netsuite.com/touchdown for this special one-of-a-kind financing offer on the #1 financial system for growing businesses. netsuite.com/touchdown to power your growth. With visibility and control of your financials, inventory, HR, planning, budgeting, and more. NetSuite is everything you need to grow all in one place. With NetSuite, you can automate your processes and close your books in no time while staying well ahead of your competition. 93% of surveyed businesses increase their visibility and control after upgrading to NetSuite. Over 32,000 businesses already use NetSuite. For the new year, NetSuite is a new financing program for those ready to upgrade at netsuite.com/touchdown. Head to netsuite.com/touchdown for this special one-of-a-kind financing offer on the #1 financial system for growing businesses. netsuite.com/touchdown.
Welcome back to the Grainger broadcast booth in Las Vegas. Along with Ross Tucker, I'm Bill Rosinski. For the ones who get it done, Grainger offers supplies and solutions for every industry, backed by 24/7 support and access to product experts. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Ready to go here in Las Vegas. Raiders won the toss deferred, so they will kick off from right to left. I don't know, Ross, if I ever want to see Patrick Mahomes with the football at the start of either half.
I'm interested, Bill, to see how many red jerseys there are here. I think it's probably 50%, maybe a little bit more. A lot of support for the Chiefs here, who are going for the #1 seed, but it's been close in all of these AFC West games for the Chiefs. Has not been easy. They are 5-0 in division, but they're all one-score games.
Isaiah Pacheco is back deep to our left for Kansas City. Raiders in the home silver and black, the black jerseys, silver helmets and pants. Chiefs in the road white with red numerals and red helmets. Here's the kickoff from right to left. That'll go through the end zone. And here comes Patrick Mahomes and company. First down and 10 at the 25. Mahomes' lifetime against the Chiefs, against the Raiders, 8-1. So far, a great season, 5,048 yards, 40 touchdowns, and he needs just 50 yards to pass the single season, the Kansas City mark for yards in a season. Of course, he already owns that from his rookie year. Got trip receivers left, one running back, and it's going to be a run. And taking the football's Pacheco, and Pacheco fights his way right up the gut to about the 30, gain of 5. It'll be second down and 5 yards to go. Luke Masterson in on the stop. The Raiders defensively this year ranked 25th in scoring. This is defense. Against the rush, they're 17th. Against the pass, 29th, giving up 246 a game.
How about here already on second down? The Chiefs have 3 tight ends in the game. These are not your previous year's Chiefs. They've used a lot of multi-tight end sets this season.
Pacheco's still the running back. Play action fake. Mahomes back in the pocket. Wants the deep ball. Airs it out. Far left sideline. Caught at the 30. Into the 20. And finally towards the pylon and out of bounds. Justin Watson came in motion far side left. Nobody picked him up down the sideline. He was wide open. Big pass by Mahomes. 66 yards. Amik Robertson finally on the stop.
No idea what Amik Robertson was doing there. Bill, you called it perfectly. Watson came in motion behind the formation. He's the only receiver on the play. Robertson had his eyes in the backfield the entire time. He played it like he thought he was getting safety help over the top. It never came.
So the ball at the 3. Kansas City first down. Quick out near right side. Kelsey. And Kelsey is tackled immediately at the 5-yard line. Raiders expected that. That was Robertson on the stop. Kelsey, against the Raiders earlier this season, had 7 receptions for just 36 yards. 4 of those receptions were touchdowns.
That is unbelievable. They do love to go to Kelsey down near the goal line. He's got 3 more touchdowns than any other tight end in the NFL, but he hasn't scored in a while.
Lost a yard, back to the 4. Second and goal, Kansas City, opening possession of our game. Mahomes under center. Play action fake to Pacheco. In trouble. Mahomes loops it into the end zone and just throws it away. Feeling some heat. Good coverage in the secondary. It's going to be third down and goal.
Again, the Chiefs go with what you call 13 personnel. So that's 1 running back, 3 tight ends, and 1 wide receiver. But when they do that, they've been passing the ball. They haven't been running the ball out of that set. They use those extra tight ends to help secure the protection, but they didn't have very many people going out in the route. So Mahomes had to just throw that away. It'd be huge for the Raiders to hold them to a field goal here.
All right, third down goal, Kansas City at the 4 of the Raiders. McKinnon is checked in at running back. 3 receivers far side left, and now we've got a stoppage in play.
12 players on the defensive formation. Half the distance to the goal. Second down.
And that is the voice of Scott Novak, who is our referee for this afternoon. And that'll push the ball down to the 2, where it'll be third down and goal.
Yeah, he said second down. It's still third down. But that gives them a couple yards closer here if you're the Raiders. Although maybe you should be allowed to have 12 guys against the Chiefs sometimes in the red zone.
How about 3 tight ends wide left? McKinnon, the running back. Just outside the 2, third and goal, Kansas City. Mahomes back in the pocket, scrambling far side left. He's still got it at the 5, shovels it forward, touchdown to McKinnon. And he made it look easy. A typical Mahomes pass, a shovel forward with the right hand. Nobody on McKinnon. Touchdown, Kansas City.
Nobody else does that. Who does that? That was not a called shovel pass. Mahomes scrambles to the outside, which, by the way, you can't let him break contain like that. And right when not one but 2 Raiders DBs think Mahomes is going to run and they step forward, he shovels it to McKinnon, who now sets the record with a touchdown as a running back receiving in 6 straight games.
And now the extra point try by Harrison Butker. He's been battling some back issues this year. The extra point is up and it is good. Mahomes now thrown a touchdown pass in 21 straight games. And by the way, he needed 50 yards to set the single season touchdown passing record, which he already held. He got that on that one pass that went for 66 yards. An impressive drive. And Kansas City already on top by a score of 7-0.
Unbelievable. I mean, you've already seen a lot from Mahomes, and they've only had a couple plays on offense. You saw the bomb to Watson, who, by the way, Bill, the best Ivy League wide receiver I ever saw. Playing for Penn 3 times, was the runner-up for Player of the Year in the league. And then they get down there, and you think the Raiders might have a chance. The penalty gives them half the distance, gets them a little bit closer. I don't know that Mahomes is able to make that play on 3rd and goal if they didn't gain the half the distance on the 12 men on the field penalty the play before.
Yeah, good point there. Let's check the drive summary, sponsored by AutoZone. Free battery testing, free battery charging, and replacement batteries that fit your needs. That's what makes AutoZone America's #1 battery destination. Get in the zone, AutoZone. So it's a 5-play, 75-yard drive. It ends with a Mahomes to McKinnon 2-yard touchdown pass. The extra point good. The drive took 2 minutes and 8 seconds. And, of course, it was the big 66-yarder to Watson, who somehow, some way was left uncovered in the end zone or down the sideline that set up the Chiefs for the score. So, obviously, Ross, not what Josh McDaniels wanted to see. But all of a sudden, Jarrett Stidham is behind 7-0. More thoughts on Stidham as we're going to see him for the first time in his 2nd game as a starter.
Well, at least the Chiefs listen to my keys to the game, right? I say get out to a lead and try to force Jarrett Stidham to have to play from behind. That's exactly what they were able to do on that first drive. Stidham was awesome last week. I don't think anybody expected that. It was his first NFL start, even though he'd been in the league for years. Obviously very familiar with Josh McDaniels' offense, having been drafted by New England when McDaniels was there. And he had 3 touchdown passes, even ran for 34 yards. He gives the Raiders a little bit more mobility with his legs than Derek Carr did as well.
All right, so the Chiefs will kick off from left to right. Amir Abdullah is back deep, the former Nebraska Cornhusker. And the crowd's still buzzing in this stadium. A lot of red. And at Chiefs home games during the national anthem, the last lyrics, instead of the home of the brave, it's the home of the Chiefs. And that rang out loud and clear in this stadium. There is a lot more red here. It probably would be if the Raiders were more in contention. Of course, eliminated a week ago. It's been a disappointing season. David Carr, longtime quarterback, not only benched, but not even with the team anymore. Didn't want to be a distraction.
You know what I think is so interesting about that, too, is we didn't know till Sunday night that this game would be on Saturday. So I think it's interesting that all the Chiefs fans were able to book their flights and get here in time on short notice.
And based on the flights I saw, it wasn't cheap. Here's the kickoff. And that goes through the end zone. So here we go. Jarrett Stidham and the Raiders. 3rd year out of Auburn. Of course, he knew Josh McDaniels. He was a 4th-round pick back in 2019 of the New England Patriots. So familiar with McDaniels, now the coach here. Last week, 365 yards passing, 3 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions as the Raiders break the huddle. And Josh Jacobs is in the backfield. There was some question about whether he'd be able to go today. But he is hoping to win the rushing record in the NFL this year. Stidham back to throw, out in the flat. It's the tight end, Moreau, and he'll take his tackler up near sideline and up close to a first down. In fact, give it to him at the 35-yard line. Foster Moreau, quick little crossing route there, and a Raider first down.
I am expecting the Raiders to utilize their tight ends a lot today. If you're the Chiefs, you don't want to let the Raiders run you over like they did in the first meeting where Jacob had over 150 yards on the ground. So you think the linebackers for the Chiefs will be coming hard downhill, which opens things up for the tight ends behind them in the play-action passing game.
Devontae Adams out wide right, but here's Jacobs with the call, dancing through the middle. Nice little cut, and he makes his way between center and left guard up to the 39-yard line, pickup of 4. It'll be 2nd down and 6. He will be a free agent at the end of the season. They could put the franchise tag on him, but what a year to have when you're in the last year of your contract.
And last week against the Niners, he hurt his oblique on the first drive and kind of kept coming in and out of the lineup. He's been nursing that this week, and he also had to go home to Tulsa, Oklahoma after his dad had a heart attack. So it's been a unique week for Jacobs to finish the season.
2nd down, 6. Stidham out of the gun. Stepping to his right, flushed out of the pocket, still with the ball. Now he's going to run up to the 45, far sideline 47, and that's another Raider first down.
Well, and that's what I said, right, Bill? Stidham gives him a little bit more with his legs than Derek Carr did. He's more willing to do that. And I always kind of feel like anytime a quarterback runs for a first down, that counts almost as more, right? Because it's not like a design play. It's not something that came within the offense. It's like the quarterback's giving you an extra first down that you otherwise shouldn't have been able to get.
And they got off setbacks this time. 1st down and 10. 7-0 Chiefs. We got 10:55 to go first quarter. Jacobs again. Oh, they got him in the backfield. No chance. And that's a heads-up play on Thornhill in on the stop. Thornhill, 4th year out of Virginia. Boy, he blew through there, Russ. Nobody touched him. That was a good read on his part.
Unblocked defender at the point of attack. It simply can't happen. So someone's responsible for him. Either one of the wide receivers, it's their job to get in there and dig him out, or Stidham has to audible to a different run because Jacobs had no chance.
I formation, loss of 2 there, back to the 45. Raiders move right to left, 2nd down and 12 at their 45-yard line. Stidham, play action fake, deep drop. Now he's going to tuck and run. Breaks a tackle at the 50, still going, carries a Chief just quite shy of the first down, down to the 45 of Kansas City. So nice run there, showing his wheels. It'll be 3rd down and 2.
It opened up like the Red Sea against the Chiefs defense. They ran the play action pass, and Chris Jones, trying to get pressure, opened up a huge piece of land that Stidham took advantage of. I think Josh McDaniels would probably prefer that he slid at the end of that run, but that puts him in a really good spot here on 3rd down, potentially even 4-down territory.
Offset out of the shotgun. He's got Jacobs off to his left. 2 receivers near side left. Play action fake, quick out far sideline. Caught! Devontae Adams. The coverage was good. What a beautiful throw over the defender into the arms of Adams, who goes out of bounds. That was Watson on the coverage, and a pickup of 13 yards.
It must be so tempting to just throw the ball to that guy every play. I mean, they had safety help over the top in Juan Thornhill, so Watson tried to bump and run him at the line. He got a shot on Devontae Adams, but Devontae Adams able to get him off of him, and then Stidham throws it to the outside number. That is so well done. You're not supposed to be able to get the ball to a guy who's being double covered like that.
So 1st down and 10. Raiders at the 32-yard line of Kansas City. 7-0 Chiefs, 8:55 to go first quarter. Again, deep drop after play action. Stidham airing it out, but this is a jump ball, and it's off the fingertips of Devontae Adams. There were 2 Chiefs in the area, and shaken up on the play was L'Jarius Sneed. But he's up and making his way back to the huddle. Maybe he was more upset he didn't pick it off. I'm not sure.
Well, that is an ill-advised throw by Stidham that almost worked out. I mean, it looked like a Hail Mary. He just threw it up for grabs, and it went through Devontae Adams' hands. You almost never see that. L'Jarius Sneed lost his footing. I don't know if he twisted his ankle or what when he tried to jump for the ball, so it ended up being Devontae Adams trying to high point the ball by himself. That could have and probably should have been a touchdown.
2nd down and 10 at the 32. It'll a bubble screen out to Renfro near sideline 30, and he's down to about the 28-yard line, pickup of 4. So that'll make it 3rd down. 6 yards to go for a Raider first down. Renfro in his 4th year out of Clemson. I thought he went to Clemson for about 10 years. He always seemed to be
right.
In the running.
He was there forever.
He was.
It really felt that way. That's kind of a run-pass option that the Raiders have. They put the ball in Jacobs' belly, but if they like the numbers more for the quick wide receiver pass outside, they do that.
All right, another third down coming up for the Raiders. They're 1 of 1 so far in third down conversions. They need 6. They're at the Chief 32. Shotgun formation, trips to the right. Stidham looks right as he drops back to throw, and he's sacked back at the 35-yard line. No chance there. Chris Jones, who else? His 14th sack of the season, and that's the 50th for the Chiefs defense this year.
He's just so good, and they're sliding that way. This should never, ever happen. Sliding that way means they have 3 offensive linemen for 2 to that side. Alex Barr's the right guard. He has to force Jones to go back inside to the center, Andre James, where he has help. That's poor.
Daniel Carlson on trying to get some points out of this drive. Long field goal. This is 54 yards. Kicking from right to left. Good snap. Placement is good. Kick is on the way and hanging in there. And got it. Just inside the left upright. A little leaky there, but it's 3 points. Reminder that for... So a nice answer by the Raiders as they come back with a field goal. So Kansas City will get the ball back. Our score with 7:15 to go here in the first quarter. Chiefs 7, Raiders 3. This is Westwood One's coverage of the National Football League.
Busted Open, the authority of pro wrestling, is available as a podcast. Listen to me, Dave LaGreca, and my all-star panel of co-hosts, including Hall of Famers Bully Ray and Mark Henry, to legends like Tommy Dreamer and Mickie James, and the AEW Women's Champion, Thunder Rosa, bring you the best in the pro wrestling world and talk to the biggest names from WWE, AEW, and beyond. Catch Busted Open live Monday through Saturday, 9 to noon Eastern, and the Busted Open podcast wherever podcasts are available.
NFL fans, right now on the SXM app, hear in-depth coverage of your team with the Believe Podcast Network on SiriusXM. It's all the analysis, all the breakdowns that matter to you. Hosted by the players who played for your team and the fans who eat, sleep, and breathe it. 32 diehard fan bases, 32 podcasts. The Believe Podcast Network on SiriusXM. BLEAV. Search Believe in, followed by your team on the SXM app, Pandora, Stitcher, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Start off your morning right with the best coverage of the Conference of Champions on Pac-12 this morning.
There will be no league that has more juice and more sex appeal than the Pac-12. You have 3 legitimate Heisman candidates. Not like make a case, like legit city. Caleb Williams, Michael Penix Jr., and Bo Nix. You got 3 real dudes.
Don't miss Pac-12 this morning. Weekdays starting at 8 a.m. Pacific on SiriusXM Channel 373 and on the SXM app. After an unpredictable season, the College Football Playoff National Championship is set. Georgia.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, touchdown. Brock Bowers.
TCU.
Justin in a full sprint run, score.
Lead in Los Angeles to make history. Get prepared with the best analyst in the country. Leading up to the game Monday. ESPNU Radio, Sirius XM 84, and streaming on the SXM app. Free to most subscribers.
Is your ultimate destination for jerseys, t-shirts, headwear, and more. To shop now, go to NFLshop.com for a special offer. Bill Brzezinski, Ross Tucker here in Las Vegas. Raiders will kick off from right to left. Kansas City 7 and the Raiders 3. Pacheco is back deep. This ball is not returnable, about 5 yards deep in the end zone. So out to the 25. From Patrick Mahomes and company, who marched downfield fairly easily on their opening drive. The last drive for the Raiders, 10 plays, 40 yards. It ended with a Daniel Carlson 54-yard field goal. Jarrett Stidham, by the way, 3 of 4, 27 yards passing the ball, and he also ran twice for 18 yards on that opening drive. It took 5 minutes and 37 seconds. Mahomes out of the shotgun. Chiefs move left to right from their 25. He's looking left as he goes back to throw, and now he finds Kelsey inside the 30, and he takes it up across the 30 to the 31-yard line. That's a gain of 6. And that was Harvey Longy on the tackle. We were wondering, Ross, who would take the place of Travis Hill as their leading receiver for the Chiefs. It was Kelsey.
Yeah, it has been a lot of Travis Kelsey. Been a kind of a different Chiefs offense. They throw the ball to running backs and tight ends underneath a lot more.
And they're going to run it on second down. Ronald Jones gets the call. Jones might have a first down near the 35-yard line, although it's looking like they may mark him a little shy there. Former Tampa Bay Buccaneer. Of course, Clyde Edwards-Helaire banged up with an injury. Nichols on the stop. That is not a first down. So officially a 3-yard gain.
Almost weird to see Ronald Jones out there. You know, it's been so much Pacheco and Jerick McKinnon at the running back position. Jones really hasn't been nearly, I think, the contributor that the Chiefs thought coming into the year.
It's 7 carries for the season before that one. 3rd and inches Chiefs. Jones still the running back, but it's a little end around. And this is Tony. And I don't know yet. They're going to give him the progress. He was wide left, far side. Took the handoff for a little pitch from Mahomes and just got the first down.
I think he's going to get a talking to from his wide receiver coach, Greg Lewis. I mean, you got to make sure you get the first down. Kadarius Toney got the first down and then made a juke move coming backwards and almost lost the first down. That's 3rd and inches, young man. Just get upfield and get the first down. We don't need the extra stuff.
We're going to hand it off to Jones on first down from the 35, and a lot of black and silver there to greet him after a gain of 1 yard on the play. It'll be second down and 9. Don't miss all the NFL excitement on Fox tomorrow when the Dallas Cowboys meet the Washington Commanders. Check your local listings for more details. Catch the NFL on Fox. 5:11, clock ticking. We're in the first quarter here in Las Vegas. Chiefs 7, Raiders 3. Kansas City with the win will be the number 1 seed in the AFC. Mahomes under center this time. That's Creed Humphrey. Play action, the fake to Jones. They've got a screen. And up the field we go. This is Noah Gray. Gray takes it across the 45 and up near midfield. They'll stop him just shy of that. Deron Harmon on the stop, so another tight end getting in on the action. Noah Gray gets him. Is that a first down? Yes, it is.
They might be the best screen team in the NFL. They are so good with it to their running backs and their tight ends, and it's not just Travis Kelce. Mahomes does such a good job with the timing of it and letting the defensive line get near him before he releases the ball.
Pacheco back in at running back as Mahomes works out of the gun. Back to throw on first down. Lots of time in the pocket, deep down the middle of the field, and it's broken up. At the 15-yard line, the pass intended for Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And I think some of the Chiefs fans in the building thought the defender may have gotten there a little too soon. That was Merrick among the 2 defenders in the area. No flag.
I thought it was perfect by Merrick. I mean, he might have gotten there a hair too soon, but I'm okay with that no call. That was perfect timing. It's exactly why they drafted Merrick. The ball ended up going off of Valdez-Scantling's helmet, but Merrick did exactly what you ask out of a middle-of-the-field safety there, basically playing center field.
Mahomes, and here comes a handoff and a nice hole up the middle, plowing his way forward, Isaiah Pacheco. The rookie, Masterson, makes the stop, but boy, he put the shoulder down and kept going at that defense and finally dragged down at the Raider 42-yard line. And that'll set up a 3rd down and less than 2 to go for a first down.
What a find Pacheco was late in the draft. I mean, that kid runs angry and finishes every single run to give them another great opportunity here on 3rd and short, which again could very likely be 4-down territory.
2 of 2 and 3rd down conversions are the Chiefs. Mahomes has it, goes near side, and it's incomplete. Kelce, the intended receiver, but that was broken up. That's a headsy play by Nate Hobbs. And now one of the Chiefs do here on 4th down and short. And it looks like they're going to send the punting unit on.
It looks like they're going to punt it. I'm a little surprised by that. I mean, you have Patrick Mahomes. He and Kelce just missed each other. They didn't look like they were on the same page there. Mahomes thought Kelce was going to go out his outside shoulder, and that's where he threw the ball. Kelce turned to the inside. But usually I would expect Andy Reid to be a little bit more aggressive in a situation like this. I'd probably go for it with Mahomes as my quarterback.
Tommy Townsend will punt. Get it away from his own 46. This is airborne. They're going to let it go, but the Chiefs have it covered at the 5-yard line. Very nicely done by special teams. Just a 37-yard punt. But when we come back, Raider ball at their own 5. With 3:25 to go in the first quarter, Chiefs 7, Raiders 3. You're listening to the NFL on Westwood 1.
Football is a game of inches, and while we've advanced the ball down the field, our efforts to achieve equality are still far from the goal. But we are in it for the long haul. For years, P&G has used its voice to shine a light on inequalities and bias, and through their Take On Race platform, actionable change is being made. P&G is dedicated to investing in the future of boys and men of color, supporting the success of black women entrepreneurs, funding efforts that will improve the child care industry in the U.S., and much more. So we invite you to join P&G and take action to ensure the home field advantage is everyone's advantage. Go to pg.com/takeonrace to learn more. That's pg.com/takeonrace and engage in a quest for a more equitable world for everyone.
Barbasol shaving cream is available in 5 fantastic flavors to customize your close shave. Whether it's original, soothing aloe, or Pacific Rush, there's one for every face. Find your favorite Barbasol today.
Barbasol. For the ones who get it done, Grainger offers high-quality supplies and solutions for every industry, as well as access to product specialists who have the knowledge and experience to answer your toughest questions. Plus, their commitment to being your safety partner can help you keep your facilities safe and your people safer. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by.
Did you know Nissan EVs have traveled 8 billion miles? Just a quick trip to Pluto and back. And what did we learn along the way? Well, that an EV can take on the world, like the Nissan Leaf. It can move racing forward and take your breath away, like the all-new Nissan Ariya. We learned to make EVs that electrify. 8 billion miles driven by Leaf owners globally since 2010. Ariya not yet available for purchase. Expected availability late fall, subject to change.
From Las Vegas, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Westwood One, your home for the National Football League.
This is Tom Byrne. As the sports night gets started, tune into my show, Mad Dog Sports Radio Tonight, for live updates on the evening's biggest game. Every Wednesday through Saturday night, Mad Dog Sports Radio, Channel 82.
Welcome back to the Grainger broadcast booth in Las Vegas, along with Ross Tucker. I'm Bill Rosinski. For the Game Changers, there's Grainger. You'll find supplies and solutions for every industry. When you call, click Grainger.com or stop by one of 250 Grainger branch locations. Raiders start at their 5, and this is a running play, and it's not going very far from the 5 to about the 7-yard line. Hand off to Josh Jacobs, so it'll be second down coming up. Nick Bolton in on the stop. Chiefs 7, Raiders 3, 3:08 to go here in quarter number 1. And Ross, this is where with Stidham, you just got to be careful this deep in your own territory.
Certainly don't want to have a turnover that gives the Chiefs a 2-score lead, but the running has been tougher, certainly, for the Raiders so far today than it had been in the first meeting.
Offset back, Stidham in the end zone, back to throw, little dump off over the middle. That ball is caught. Mac Hollins upfield, and I don't think they tackled him yet. Did they blow him down? Still no whistle. Hollins kept going. They thought he was down at the 20. He ends up at the 29-yard line.
Is that a new strategy? You dive forward and act like you're down, and then you get right back up when nobody touches you, and you get 9 more yards. They're going to take it back now and say he gave himself up. They're going to say that first time when he dived down, you can't do that. You can't dive forward like that on your own and then get back up. What does he want the guys to do, come in and spear him while he's down like that? I think that's the right decision.
I would agree. Still, the ball got 12. He got 12 out of it to the 18, and it's first down for the Raiders. Last 2 minutes of the first quarter, Chiefs lead 7-3. Play action fake. Stidham's in trouble. Sacked back at the 10. That play was a bust from the start. It looked like Jacobs was supposed to pick up the rusher. He missed. Justin Reed will get credit for a sack back at the 10.
Chiefs brought the extra safety in the box, Justin Reed, so they had 8 guys down there. Stidham saw it and knew they were in trouble. I don't know why he didn't hand the ball to Jacobs. I think it was supposed to be a counter run. Stidham, I believe, thought Reed was going to come off the edge and make a tackle for loss and thought he could pull the ball and go get the yardage himself, but Reed was right there. That's a big loss.
And the second sack of this game for the Chiefs. Back at the 10, 2nd and 18. Stidham now in the shotgun. 4-man Chiefs rush. Back at his goal line, looking right, throwing up for grabs downfield, and it's picked off at the 45-yard line. That's Thornhill with his third interception of the season. And that ball just hung in the air. Thornhill had the best chance to catch it, and he did.
You just can't do that. That's the second ball already in the first quarter that Stidham has just put absolutely up for grabs.
Going after Mac Hollins didn't work. Timeout, 1:04 to go, first quarter. Chiefs 7, Raiders 3. You're listening to the NFL on Westwood 1.
This is it. The putt to win the tournament. If you sink it, the championship is yours. But on your backswing, your hat falls over your eyes. Is this how you're running your business? Poor visibility because you're relying on spreadsheets and outdated finance software? To see the full picture, you need to upgrade to NetSuite by Oracle. NetSuite is the #1 cloud financial system to power your growth. With visibility and control of your financials, inventory, HR, planning, budgeting, and more. NetSuite is everything you need to grow all in one place. With NetSuite, you can automate your processes and close your books in no time while staying well ahead of your competition. 93% of surveyed businesses increase their visibility and control after upgrading to NetSuite. Over 32,000 businesses already use NetSuite. For the new year, NetSuite is a new financing program for those ready to upgrade at netsuite.com/touchdown. Head to netsuite.com/touchdown for this special one-of-a-kind financing offer on the #1 financial system for growing businesses. netsuite.com/touchdown.
Save now on appliances and more at the Truckload event at Lowe's. Get an additional 10% off all in-store clearance appliances and take home what you buy same day. Plus, get more store-wide savings on brands like Project Source. Get a 15-quart storage tote for free when you buy a 66-quart storage tote. Shop the Truckload event in-store or online today. Exclusions apply. While supplies last. Selection varies by location. See Lowe's.com for details. Buy item 5216021. Get item 5216022. Valid 1/5 through 1/11.
The Venture X card from Capital One gives you premium travel benefits, perfect for seeing Taylor Swift The Eras Tour. Presented by Capital One. Ooh, I do love her. Earn 5 times miles on flights and 10 times miles on hotels through Capital One Travel.
Enjoy your stay in Suite 13.
Whoa, 13? That's Taylor's lucky number. The Venture X card from Capital One. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Later on, we'll select the player of the game, sponsored by Wendy's with a Peppermint Frosty. Time to enjoy yourself this holiday is built in. They're so rich and creamy. They're basically made for relaxing. So when it's Frosty time, choose wisely. Choose Wendy's. Bill Rosinski, Ross Tucker, the rest of our Westwood One crew. We are at Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas. Chiefs 7, Raiders 3. And Kansas City after the interception will start in great field position, moving left to right at the Raider 44-yard line. 1:04 to go in the first quarter. Jones the running back, but Mahomes wants to throw. Fires it down the middle, wide open. Juju Smith-Schuster inside the 20, and then upended down around the 16-yard line. Harmon on the stop, but Mahomes with no pressure and a hook of 28 yards.
They've got some of the best play action in the NFL. I mean, Mahomes fakes it first to Jones, and then they've got the receiver coming back around behind him, Smith-Marset, and so double fakes kind of froze the second-level defenders for the Raiders. The linebackers just kind of had their feet in cement. Juju's wide open behind him.
At the 16, moving left to right, first down and 10. Here's Holmes. They got a reverse to Tony, the receiver, at the 10, cuts right, still going 5. Tony carries 2 tacklers down around the 2-yard line. That was a little counter. The Washington football team used to use that, but not with a wide receiver. And Tony took the handoff and a great run, first and goal.
Boy, they have cool plays, don't they? Everything was going to the right side. They hand off to Tony coming back to the left. And he is a very gifted carrier of the football.
And the clock has expired. So we have come to the end of the first quarter, and our score, the Kansas City Chiefs 7, the Las Vegas Raiders 3. You're listening to the NFL on Westwood One.
With a Peppermint Frosty, time to enjoy yourself is built in. You're welcome. They're so rich and creamy, a straw just won't cut it. And finishing one, it's not something you could speed through. So check your watch. Is it Frosty time yet? And by that, we mean, is it time for a moment with just you and your Frosty kicking back and doing whatever goes best with the chillest treat of the season? These Peppermint Frosty treats are going fast. So when it's time for Frosty time, choose wisely. Choose Wendy's.
Welcome back to the NFL on Westwood One.
It's time for another memorable moment in football history. Sponsored by NetSuite by Oracle.
Napoleon Kaufman, the lone setback behind Jeff Hostetler. First down and 20. Hostetler back to throw. Here comes the rush. They dump it late. Intercepted. Intercepted by James Hasty. He's at the 50. He's at the 40. Hasty at the 30. 10, 5, touchdown. Touchdown to win the game. Welcome to Kansas City, James Hasty.
Holtis on KCFX Radio in Kansas City. James Hasty broke the hearts of Raiders fans for the second time in 7 months when he returned that Jeff Hostetler interception 64 yards in overtime to allow the Chiefs to nip the Raiders 23-17 in Week 3 of the 95 season. Hasty had been a prize free agent in the offseason and was heavily wooed by both Kansas City and Oakland, but he ultimately chose to join the Chiefs, and that decision paid immediate dividends for his new team. Although Hasty has made a great play, he did get an assist from the umpire, who bumped into Raiders wide receiver Tim Brown on his crossing route, causing the future Hall of Famer to slow up. It allowed the Chiefs defensive back to make the pivotal play. That's tonight's memorable moment in football history, sponsored by NetSuite by Oracle. The #1 cloud financial system. Head to netsuite.com/touchdown for a one-of-a-kind flexible financing offer. That's netsuite.com/touchdown. Ah, yes, I remember it well. And we start the second quarter here in Las Vegas. Bill Rosinski, Ross Tucker, the rest of our Westwood One crew. And the Chiefs, Ross, knocking at the door. They lead 7-3, and they're going to have it first and goal at the 2.
They really are, Bill, and I want to make a point. Remember, I didn't like that Andy Reid didn't go for it on 4th and 2. Well, it's worked out perfectly, right? You get the punt down to the 5-yard line. You're able to force the interception. You get great field position. They've got an awesome opportunity to score another touchdown here. So maybe that's why Andy Reid is down there, one of the best coaches in the NFL, and I'm sitting up here with you.
McKinnon will go in motion, stops as a slot right, but it's a running play right up the gut. 2-1 touchdown, Ronald Jones. They just pushed the defensive line back, a little motion right. Jones came back up the middle, 2-yard touchdown, and the Chiefs are ahead 13-3.
Just so impressed by how many different weapons the Chiefs have and the different ways they can beat you. I mean, to have that play action pass to the wide open Juju Smith-Schuster, just a wonderfully designed play. You follow that up with a truly unique play of a wide receiver counter run. I mean, the Chiefs do things, Bill, that other teams just don't do, and that's one of the reasons why they have this level of success.
13-3 coming into the game. The extra point is on the way. That's right down the middle. Well, the Raiders in a bit of trouble right now, trailing by a score of 14-3. Time to check the schedule of games coming up on Westwood One, sponsored by Hulu Plus Live TV. Later tonight, it's Tennessee at Jacksonville. That'll decide the AFC South champion. Tomorrow night, Detroit at Green Bay. Did you know Hulu Plus Live TV has over 75 live channels with sports like NFL games? It also now comes with Disney Plus and ESPN Plus. Live TV plan required. Restrictions apply. Access content from each service separately. Learn more at Hulu.com.
So, Bill, we talked about before the game the Chiefs trying to get out to a lead and force Jarrett Stidham to play from behind. We're going to see what Stidham's made of now. And I'd be pretty nervous if I were a Raiders fan, because he's already put 2 balls totally up for grabs. Now, the one was almost a touchdown that Devontae Adams probably should have caught, but you got to be nervous now if you're a Raiders fan that Stidham could have one of those multiple turnover games.
Abdullah back deep to our left. By the way, the scoring drive, 3 plays, 44 yards after the interception. And Jones with the 2-yard run, extra point good. The drive took 1 minute and 8 seconds. Here's the kickoff from right to left. Abdullah can return this if he wants to, and he will start at his goal line and now to the 10, to the 15, right at the 20, and a nice return up close to the 25-yard line. And now we got a little extra stuff going on the far sideline. There was a blocker and a potential tackler who got entangled, and they've been separated.
Those special teams guys, man, they stand on the sideline for 5 minutes. They get to go out there for 1 snap. They got a lot of adrenaline and testosterone ready to go for that 1 snap they get. And then they go back over to the sideline for another few minutes till they're called upon again.
And that's how you get in this league sometimes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Special teams. All right, here we go with the Raiders. They're in the black and silver, the home jerseys. Running back is Josh Jacobs. Stidham under center. His team down 14-3. We're just into the first 13 seconds of quarter number 2. Pitch to Jacobs, trying to turn the right side. He's got nowhere to go. In fact, maybe lost a yard. Back to the 23. McDuffie came up on the stop. And again, some jawing going on back and forth between the two teams. Not to be unexpected here with the rivalry that goes back to the old AFL days back in the 60s. 2nd and 11. Jacobs 160 yards ahead of Nick Chubb coming into this final week of the regular season for the rushing title.
Do you think the Chiefs heard about what happened in the first matchup with Jacobs running the ball a little bit? Wow. I mean, they are not messing around with the run defense.
Trips to the left. And now Renfro back to a slot left, came a little motion. Stidham back to throw, has time over the middle. That ball's caught at the 40. Up the field, Waller, the tight end, to the midfield stripe. And his first catch of the game has given the Raiders a first down. They'll mark him at the 48-yard line, a pickup at 25.
It should be an automatic throw to Waller anytime there's a linebacker on. They had Darius Harris, who they like in coverage as a linebacker, on Waller. It's still not going to happen. I mean, Waller's basically a big wide receiver out there. Shook him on the in-breaking route. Stidham put it right on him. They need to feed Waller even more in this game.
Offset backs with the running back Jacobs here as a fullback to his right. Stidham under center. Play action fake. Stidham's going to step up. He can run if he wants to the 50, to the 45, and still going forward down near the 42-yard line. Nick Bolton finally gave up, got there for the tackle, but that's a pickup of 11 yards and another Raider first down.
So we're to the point now, Bill, where I think the Chiefs have to come up with a better plan. They don't have a real plan for Stidham running the football. They don't seem to respect it. They don't seem like they were worried about it coming into the game, but he now has 3 carries in this game for 28 yards. I mean, he's averaging almost 10 yards a carry.
Ball's at the 43 now of Kansas City. 12:35 to go in the half. 14-3 Chiefs. Little delay. Jacobs up the middle. The Chiefs are waiting for him, and they stop him at the 40-yard line. That'll be a gain of 3 yards on the play. 2nd down and 7 to go. Jacobs trying to be the 3rd rushing back from Wonelli, Alabama, to win the rushing title. Sean Alexander won it for Seattle back in 2005, and Derrick Henry, back-to-back years, 2019, 2020. 2nd and 7. Raiders move left to right. Inside 12 minutes to go in the half. Jacobs the lone setback. Hollins out to the right, 2 receivers left. Play action fake. Stidham's going to roll near side right. Now he's in trouble. He's going to run with the football and wisely step out of bounds. They're going to mark him around the 35-yard line. That's a pickup of 5 more yards. Ross, I think he thought about going for that marker, but wisely stepped out of bounds.
Well, and I think originally that he's supposed to stay in the pocket on that play, but he saw Karlaftis, the rookie first-round pick from Purdue, and got spooked by him a little bit and decided to run it. You know, this is Stidham's career today, right? I mean, the way he performs today will go a long way towards his future opportunities. So he's playing it as aggressively as he possibly can, both throwing and running.
And Amir Abdullah is in at running back now. This is a 3rd down. And a long 2 to go. Stidham hit as he throws, but he's got Adams far side at the 30, and Adams will scoot out of bounds and finally go out at the 27-yard line of Kansas City. Thornhill on the stop. That's 8 yards, and that's a Raider first down.
So it's man-to-man coverage because the Chiefs came with a blitz. Credit Abdullah. He stood up Darius Harris, gave Stidham just enough time for Davante Adams to run that out-breaking route. They're playing a zone coverage, and the closest defender to Davante Adams was Nick Bolton, the linebacker. That's too easy.
And they've been using Munford, the offensive tackle, as an extra offensive lineman. He's lined up on the left side. Jacobs going his way on the handoff, and this is one of the better opportunities he's had. Nice burst off left tackle. Makes his way down near the 20-yard line. Bill Rosinski, Ross Tucker here in the Grainger broadcast booth in Las Vegas. Winning teams know Everyone can use a helping hand. Let Grainger help you with 24/7 customer service and supplies and solutions for every industry. Call, click, or stop by Grainger today. Gain of 7. Raiders at the 20 of Kansas City, 2nd and 3. Draw play. Jacobs up the middle, squeezing. I think he's got the first down inside the 20, down to about the 18. Frank Clark will get credit for the stop there. Depends on the spot. It looks like they're going to mark him maybe a yard shy here.
Just an ISO play behind the fullback. Jakob Johnson was not all that well blocked, but Jacobs did well to bounce off Frank Clark and lunge very close to first down yardage.
Yeah, got 2 to the 18, so it is now 3rd down 1. Stidham under center. Jacobs the lone setback. 2 receivers near side right. Play clock to 4. Down to 3. Here's the snap. Jacobs the handoff. Makes a man miss. And I believe he's got the first down. I'll tell you what. Second effort by Josh Jacobs. He had a chief in the backfield. Bolton and Dunlap combined on the stop. But that's all Jacobs to get the first down. Let's check the Raiders stats inside the red zone. Sponsored by CDW. For cloud, mobility, security, and data center solutions, turn to CDW, people who get it. So far this season, 44 chances in the red zone, 22 touchdowns, 17 field goals. First down and 10 at the 17. Stidham, 3 receivers near side right. Abdullah off to his left. Stomps the right leg, claps the hands, wants the snap. Stidham back in the pocket, throws upfield. That ball caught inside the 15, breaking a tackle, running hard, and finally down inside the 10, near a first down. I think they got the first down at the 7-yard line. That was Abdullah out of the backfield. So he got 10 yards and a first down.
Very impressive answer drive by the Raiders so far, and a bad sign for the Chiefs as Frank Clark comes limping off the field in a lot of discomfort here.
Jacobs back in at running back. First down goal at the 7 for the Raiders. Good drive here. Trailing 14-3. Not quite midway through the second quarter. Handoff. Jacobs up the middle he goes, and not much happening. Stopped at the 6-yard line. Pick up a 1.
Way too much penetration in the backfield there. And this is, in my mind, Bill, I know it's still midway through the second quarter. This is must score touchdown here time.
Yeah.
I mean, the way the Chiefs offense has operated so far in this game, you really can't afford to settle for a field goal if you're the Raiders here. I know that makes it a 1-score game again, 14-6, but wouldn't feel real good about it at all if you're the Raiders.
Ball's at the 6, second down and goal. Offset backs, Jacobs the running back. Stidham under center. Hollins a slot on the right side. They give it to Jacobs again, trying to dance through a hole, and it opened briefly between center and right guard, and now down to the 2-yard line. A pickup of 4. Third down and goal. Justin Reed on the stop.
And now they bring in Waller and Renfro. Neither one was in on the play before. Devontae Adams, really the only receiving threat that was out there for the Raiders, and the Chiefs double-teamed him. So you have one guy that you'd legitimately throw the ball to. The Chiefs had 2 guys on him, so you had to expect the run. Now they've got Devontae Adams, Renfro, Waller split out. A lot of weapons here spread out for the Raiders.
Third down and goal, Raiders at the 2 of Kansas City. They move left to right. Stidham awaiting the snap. He's got it. Back to throw. Back shoulder fade in the left corner of the end zone, and it's incomplete. Tried to get it to Darren Waller. And good coverage in the secondary. That was L'Jarius Sneed with the coverage. And now fourth down, you got to go here, right?
Absolutely, you have to go. Because even if you don't get it, you pin the Chiefs at their own 2-yard line. Just not a big fan of the goal line fade there. As good of a player as Waller is, it's not nearly as efficient of a play as coaches seem to think.
Fourth down, Raiders at the 2 of Kansas City. Plenty of time on the play clock. Stidham works out of the gun. Jacobs off to his right. Devontae Adams comes in motion near side right. Stidham has it. Flushed out of the pocket right. Scrambling. Throws in the end zone. Incomplete. Trying to get it to Devontae Adams. He was hoping for a flag. There are none. And that'll be a turnover on downs. That was the 14th play of the drive, and they come up empty. Timeout on the field, 6:06 to go in the first half. Chiefs 14, Raiders 3. This is Westwood One's coverage of the National Football League.
NFL fans, right now on the SXM app, hear in-depth coverage of your team with the Believe Podcast Network on SiriusXM. It's all the analysis, all the breakdowns that matter to you. Hosted by the players who played for your team and the fans who eat, sleep, and breathe it. 32 diehard fan bases, 32 podcasts. The Believe Podcast Network on SiriusXM. BLEAV. Search Believe in, followed by your team on the SXM app, Pandora, Stitcher, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Start off your morning right with the best coverage of the Conference of Champions on Pac-12 this morning.
There will be no league that has more juice and more sex appeal than the Pac-12. You have 3 legitimate Heisman candidates. Not like make a case, like legit city. Caleb Williams, Michael Penix Jr., and Bo Nix. You got 3 real dudes.
Don't miss Pac-12 this morning. Weekdays starting at 8 a.m. Pacific on Sirius XM Channel 373 and on the SXM app.
Hi, everybody. Christopher Mad Dog Russo here. Familiar? You should be. Well, now you can catch Mad Dog's Daily Bite each day as a podcast, where you'll hear my thoughts and opinions on the biggest topics around the world of sports. NFL, baseball, golf, NBA, even the hockey. That you know you can count on. That's Mad Dog's Daily Bite. Drops daily anywhere you get your podcasts. And you can also hear me weekdays 3 to 6 Eastern on Mad Dog Unleashed, Sirius XM Channel 82, or anytime on the SXM app.
Hey, this is Alyssa Lang from SiriusXM SEC Radio. This football season, there's only one way to stay up to date with your favorite school, the SXM app. From interviews with coaches,
Nick Saban, our guest.
Everybody wants to develop. How many people are willing to do the things they need to do to develop?
to analysis on your team.
They have the best returning offensive line in the SEC.
It's all in one place on the SXM app. Just search for your school's name and look for that iconic logo. Download the SXM app and start listening today.
One crew. Larry Costigan is producing today. Jane Kading, our statistician. Rick Cutler, our engineer. Mike Taylor spotting. We're Scott Graham back in the studio. 14-3 Chiefs, and after a goal line stop, Kansas City has the ball at their own 2, moving right to left, first down and 10. And this will be a running play. And pulling his way up to about the 5-yard line. Short gain on the play. Billings in on the stop.
So, Bill, one of the calculations, one of the factors that goes into a team going forward on 4th and goal to 2 like that is that you have the other team backed up, right? And a lot of times, if you can hold them to a 3 and out, you get the ball back in the opponent's territory. You almost already have a field goal ready to go, but it starts with getting the 3 and out here.
Mahomes on 2nd and 7, quick out into the arms of Blake Bell, the tight end, and he is tackled right as he made the catch, able to get it out to about the 7-yard line, gain of 2. So that'll be 3rd down and 5. Nate Hobbs with a nice solo tackle. Bell in his 8th year out of Oklahoma, his nickname back in college and still in the pros, the Belldozer.
It's a heck of a tackle for a corner like Hobbs. I mean, Blake Bell is 6'6", 252. And Hobbs absolutely stoned him and actually knocked him back to put the Kansas City Chiefs in a must-passing situation.
Chiefs are 2 of 3 in 3rd down conversions, and this is a 3rd down about 6 from the 7-yard line. Mahomes has it, looks right, nobody there. Now he loops it downfield, and that's incomplete. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, the intended receiver, flag in the end zone.
Unreal. They hit Mahomes in the head. That is just an unacceptable error.
Is that our first flag today?
I don't know, Bill, but don't jinx it.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer on the defense, number 98. It's a 15-yard penalty and an automatic first down.
That's on Max Crosby. And he and Mahomes are actually talking right now. He goes, wasn't me.
And that's, believe it or not, is the first roughing the passer against the Raiders all year. Crosby gave Mahomes a pretty darn good shot from behind as Mahomes delivered the football. And he did kind of whack him in the back of the head with his left hand. That's a good call. That's the right call. And Crosby's trying to be physical, trying to get another quarterback hit, but you can't hit him in the head. Not in today's day and age.
So just a brutal penalty for the Raiders. So the Chiefs are at their 22, first down and 10. Mahomes rolling right, cocks the arm, throws, upfield Kelsey at the 35, and he'll have another Chief first down with Harmon on the coverage up at the 37 to pick up at 12 yards.
Boy, that penalty. We'll see how the rest of this drive continues, but the Raiders were going to get the ball in Chiefs territory in great field position, and now the Chiefs are already out close to midfield.
No problem with the clock here. 4:13 to go in the half. Chiefs 14, Raiders 3. Tony in motion far side right. They might have had somebody jump offside. This is a running play. Flags are flying, and that was the Pacheco, the rookie, across the 40. Let's see what the flag is. But it certainly looked like somebody on that left end for the Raiders jumped.
Offside. Defense number 98 was in the neutral zone at the snap. That's a 5-yard penalty. First down.
Max Crosby again.
And you know what happens, Bill? You're frustrated. You're mad at yourself because you made that bad play, and you try to make up for it, right? You know, you see that all the time. You're mad that you did something that hurt your team, so you want to make up for it. You want to jump the count, go get a sack or a tackle for loss. Instead, Crosby just compounded the earlier mistake.
Wide seat side, Mahomes back to throw. He's got plenty of time and delivers to Valdez-Scantling near sideline at the Raider 45-yard line. Amik Robertson with the coverage. That's 13 more yards. And after that bad penalty by Crosby, Mahomes starting to carve up this Raider defense. Ball is at the 45-yard line. 3:27 to go in the half. And the Chiefs, with a victory today, will be the number 1 seed in the AFC when the playoffs begin next week. Running play, first down, pulling his way forward, Pacheco. And down to about the 40, gain of 5. Every Westwood One football broadcast this season now available on all Alexa-enabled devices. Just say Open Westwood One Sports. You'll be taken straight to the action. That's Open Westwood One Sports to listen on Alexa. Chiefs moving right to left. They're at the Raider 40. It is second down 5. Shotgun from Mahomes. Waits the snap. Running back's McKinnon. He goes in motion right. But going left is Mahomes with a pass into the arms of Tony. And Tony made his first man miss. Takes it down to the 30. Harmon on the stop. Gain of 11. So another Kansas City first down. They do not have to run another play before the 2-minute warning, and they probably won't.
And they shouldn't. And I'll say this, too. I haven't played video games in a while, but when I used to play them, Bill, they had that juke button. I think it was the R2 button. Every time Kadarius Toney gets the ball, he hits the juke button at least twice.
So the clock ticks down, and we have now reached the 2-minute warning, sponsored by TracFone. Get unlimited talk and text, plus 8 gigs of high-speed data for just $40 a month, plus unlimited carryover data. TracFone Wireless, now you're in control. See terms and conditions at TracFone.com. Our score with 2 to go in the half. Chiefs 14, Raiders 3. You're listening to the NFL on Westwood One.
This is it. The putt to win the tournament. If you sink it, the championship is yours. But on your backswing, your hat falls over your eyes. Is this how you're running your business? Poor visibility because you're relying on spreadsheets and outdated finance software? To see the full picture, you need to upgrade to NetSuite by Oracle. NetSuite is the #1 cloud financial system to power your growth. With visibility and control of your financials, inventory, HR, planning, budgeting, and more. NetSuite is everything you need to grow all in one place. With NetSuite, you can automate your processes and close your books in no time while staying well ahead of your competition. 93% of surveyed businesses increase their visibility and control after upgrading to NetSuite. Over 32,000 businesses already use NetSuite. For the new year, NetSuite is a new financing program for those ready to upgrade at netsuite.com/touchdown. Head to netsuite.com/touchdown for this special one-of-a-kind financing offer on the #1 financial system for growing businesses. netsuite.com/touchdown.
You could save big when you bundle your home, auto, and other vehicles with Progressive. Now that we've covered something you could do, it's time for sports stuff you definitely could not do.
You could not have turned that double play. If you think you could dive, then spin, then launch a perfect throw 120 feet, you must be forgetting that you get dizzy when you stand up too fast sometimes. If you tried to throw that hard, that would be the last thing you did with your arm before shoulder surgery.
But you definitely could save big when you bundle your home, auto, and other vehicles with Progressive. Coverage from Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers. Bundle discount not available in all states or situations.
Feeling great starts with a great shave. And a great shave starts with Barbasol Shaving Cream. That's Barbasol Shaving Cream, an American classic for over 100 years. You're looking good, America. You're shaving with Barbasol.
Barbasol. A reminder that you can hear Westwood One's coverage of every NFL postseason game streamed live for free. Catch all the action on the NFL app via Westwood One station streams on WestwoodOneSports.com or by asking Alexa to open Westwood One Sports. All sponsored by AutoZone. Free battery testing, free battery charging, and replacement batteries that fit your needs. That's what makes AutoZone America's #1 battery destination. Get in the zone, AutoZone. Bill Rosinski, Ross Tucker, and the rest of our Westwood One crew. We're in Las Vegas. Chiefs on the march. They lead the Raiders 14-3. And Kansas City at the 30 of the Raiders. First down and 10, 2 minutes to go in the half. Here comes a blitz. Mahomes, a little dump off into the arms of McKinnon. And McKinnon is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. And that is a headsy play that time by Palomao, who came up, sniffed out the play. And it'll be second down after a loss of 2 to the 32.
And that's Isaiah Pola-MAO, not Polamalu, even though it sounds like
yeah, right.
It sounds like Polamalu, not spelled the same. No relation.
Second and 12 for Kansas City. 1:25 to go in the half. Here's Mahomes in the pocket, has to scramble far side right. Still looking to make a play. Now he's going to run out of bounds. Made it back to the original line of scrimmage, the 30, for a pickup of 2. Mahomes this year came in, he's now got 41 touchdown passes. And counting the one he threw today, 31 of those 41 touchdown passes have been 10 yards or less.
It's incredible.
It's amazing.
And 16 to tight ends and 12 to running backs, which is wild as well. Both lead the NFL.
All right, 3rd and 10. Raiders need to come up with a stop here and just allow a long field goal attempt. Mahomes works out of the shotgun again. 3 receivers near side left. Mahomes in the pocket. Now he's got to scramble. Keeps the legs going past the line of scrimmage. He's at the 20. Caught from behind. And that's going to be a first down run. They're going to mark him down at the 15-yard line. And that's a pickup of 15 yards. And a timeout is called.
Chiefs are going to call a timeout. I'm a little bit surprised by that because if you're the Chiefs here with this lead, obviously they want to score again, but you don't want to leave any time for the Raiders to potentially get a score here at the end of the second quarter.
All right, with the score, the Chiefs 14, the Raiders 3. Timeout on the field. You're listening to the NFL on Westwood One.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? Oh, want better visibility to get you through the winter? A new pair of premium wipers can help. Right now, you can earn a $10 bonus reward when you buy a pair of Rain-X Quantum Wiper Blades. See better and stay safe on the road all winter long. Get the parts you need when you need them at AutoZone or AutoZone.com.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply. Offer available to AutoZone Rewards members.
Sports are easy to disagree on. Let's see what happens when sports talk hosts talk about something they agree on.
No, hold on. I'm saying drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds.
Well, I disagree. I think drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds.
Come on, man. Wait, I think we're saying the same thing.
Oh, so what do we do now?
Everyone agrees that drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. National average 12-month savings by new customer surveyed who saved with Progressive between June 2020 and May 2021. Potential savings will vary.
The NFL is headed back to Las Vegas for the reimagined Pro Bowl games presented by Verizon. Watch the league's best show off their talent in the first ever AFC versus NFC flag football game. New skills challenges on and off the field, and even a special live concert performance. The 2023 Pro Bowl games presented by Verizon. Sunday, February 5th, 12 p.m. Pacific at Allegiant Stadium, Las Vegas. Visit ProBowl.com/tickets to buy your tickets today.
For everything your business needs to make this year your year, Staples has you covered.
I need to organize all my papers and files from last year and the year before that.
Staples has you covered.
I need to clear clutter from my office, and my home office, and my home.
Staples has you covered with everything you need to get organized this year at amazing savings. Right now at Staples, get up to 50% off select file folders, file cabinets, file boxes, and storage bins. Make this year your year at Staples, the working and learning store. Ends 1/28 in store only.
Don't miss all the NFL excitement on CBS tomorrow when the New England Patriots meet the Buffalo Bills. Check the local listings for more details. Catch the NFL on CBS. Got 1:09 to go in the first half of play here at Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas. Bill Rosinski, Ross Tucker, and the rest of our Westwood One crew. Chiefs on the march. They called timeout after a Mahomes run for a first down. They're at the 15 of the Raiders. Already leading this game 14-3 and looking for more before they go to halftime. Here's Mahomes back to throw. Lots of time. Over the middle it goes, and that is Juju Smith-Schuster on the receiving end. Makes the catch inside the 10, tackled at the 9.
A little surprised the Raiders. Oh, the Raiders are calling timeout here. I was going to say, a little surprised the Raiders aren't calling timeout, but that's exactly what they did. Which, by the way, is why I'm surprised the play before the Chiefs used the timeout.
And by the way, the Chiefs are in the CDW red zone. CDW, people who get it. Yeah, you want to, regardless of what the Chiefs do here, you want to leave yourself some time because the Raiders do get the ball to start the third quarter. So if they can manufacture something in the final minute, but they got to make a stop here.
Think about how big that. What is this? Look at this. What are they doing? They just spun around in a huddle.
It was ring around the Rosie as they broke the huddle. McKinnon's the quarterback. And a pitch back to Mahomes now, near sideline toss. And this is a breakaway at the 10. 5, are you kidding me? Tony, touchdown. Flag on the play.
There's going to be linemen downfield. Yeah. There's like 3 linemen 8 yards downfield.
The Chiefs lined up in the huddle and started spinning around.
Offense number 52.
It's a holding call.
That's a 10-yard penalty. Second down.
That was bizarre.
I thought they got him for like 3 linemen down the field. They were spinning around. And I don't even know where they get that. I feel like this is like the Batman movie. Where does he get all these wonderful formations?
And when they finally broke the huddle, McKinnon ended up being the quarterback.
Oh, I just saw the replay here in the booth. Creed Humphrey just absolutely threw the linebacker down on the ground. He didn't need to do that. Wasn't going to make the play. Should have been a touchdown.
So the ball's back at the 11. It's second down and 5. Here's another end around to Tony. Breaks the tackle 10, 5. And did he get the pylon? Yes. Touchdown, Chiefs. Kadarius Toney on the sweep around, came in motion from the far right side, and once again able to shake off the initial tackle, takes it in the end zone, 11-yard touchdown, and the Chiefs are up 20-3.
Tony has done it again. Back-to-back plays. They don't let the first one count as a touchdown, so they go right back to him. He has got to be, if he's not the best, he's up there among wide receivers as ball carriers. Think about guys like Deebo Samuel. The Chiefs love getting him the ball, and he has shown why so far in this game. They're making sure it's a touchdown, and it is. What a gigantic series of events that started with the Crosby roughing the passer.
And now the extra point try by Harrison Butker. With 47 seconds to go in the first half. This kick is good. Breaking the action with the score. Chiefs 21, Raiders 3. You're listening to the NFL on Westwood One.
Did you know Nissan EVs have traveled 8 billion miles? Just a quick trip to Pluto and back. And what did we learn along the way? Well, that an EV can take on the world, like the Nissan Leaf. It can move racing forward and take your breath away, like the all-new Nissan Ariya. We learned to make EVs that electrify. 8 billion miles driven by Leaf owners globally since 2010. Ariya not yet available for purchase. Expected availability late fall, subject to change.
I'm Bob Burke, founder and chairman of Burke America Parts Group, a family of brands that includes RepairClinic.com, an appliance and HVAC parts solution company that's grown into an international brand. Before AmericanEagle.com, we partially launched a new technology platform developed by another firm. American Eagle helped take our technology to a whole new level with digital marketing, software development, and business insights into our key markets, appliances, HVAC, and outdoor power equipment, and did so both on time and on budget. AmericanEagle.com has the resources, experience, and talent needed to produce solutions. Our new technology platform, developed by AmericanEagle.com, has produced tremendous results with higher traffic, conversion, engagement, and online revenue. If you have any home repairs you need to take care of, check us out at RepairClinic.com. If you need a world-class website or technology project, then I would highly recommend AmericanEagle.com.
Call AmericanEagle.com at 773-NETWORK. That's AmericanEagle.com, 773-NETWORK.
Southern Recipe Pork Rinds.
Nothing goes better with football than pigskin. So celebrate Pork Rind Appreciation Day this football season with the bacony crunch of Southern Recipe pork rinds. Get a low-carb, protein-packed pork rind snack that's as tasty out of the bag as it is in your favorite keto-friendly recipe. Find your rind in the snack aisle today or at southernrecipe.com.
Southern Recipe Pork Rinds.
Visit Amazon today for your Southern Recipe pork rinds.
Let's check the drive summary, sponsored by O'Reilly Auto Parts. Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. Get the parts and service you need fast from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts. 12 plays, 98 yards the drive for the Kansas City Chiefs. Kadarius Toney ends it with an 11-yard run. The drive took 5 minutes and 19 seconds. Extra point good, by the way, on that drive alone. Patrick Mahomes, 7 of 7 for 82 yards. We've got 47 seconds to go here in the first half. Chiefs will kick off from right to left. Bill Rosinski, Ross Tucker, and the rest of our Westwood One crew. And Ross, again, you go back. They had him stopped inside the 10-yard line. And a roughing the passer call against Max Crosby kept that drive going.
And I believe it was a good call, Bill.
Yeah,
those are the kind of mistakes that just absolutely kill you. When you're the underdog, when you're the inferior opponent, especially, you just can't afford to make what I believe is a mental mistake like that.
Kickoff is through the end zone. Raider ball at the 25. Reminder to stay tuned for the halftime report with Scott Graham. Scott will preview Game 2 of our Saturday doubleheader between Tennessee and Jacksonville. Scott will speak with Titan safety Kevin Byard. That's coming up at the half. Well, what do you think is going to happen here? Stidham going to air a few out?
I think they will. Yeah, I think they'll give him a chance. The way he played last week, they have 2 timeouts. If you're the Chiefs, you got to play 2 deep safeties. You just can't let them get anything deep here. Not the end of the world if you give up a field goal attempt.
Yeah, Adams has caught 2 for 21 yards here in the first half. Stidham back to throw. Blitz is coming. They pick it up. Fires over the middle. Wide open. There's Devontae Adams. That'll increase the stat yardage across the 45 to the 47 to pick up a 22. Clock continues to roll. And Las Vegas has called a timeout. They have 1 to use.
Well, that was a pretty good chunk play there. You know, the Chiefs are playing 2 deep, which means they've got both corners up jamming at the line of scrimmage. Devontae Adams is able to get off the jam, then he runs that in-breaking route. So when there's 2 deep safeties, the middle of the field's actually open because those deep safeties both have their own half of the field. If there's only 1 deep safety in the middle of the field, they call that middle of the field closed. You're not going to be able to throw the ball in the middle, but when there's 2 deep safeties, you can actually hit some passes in the middle like the Raiders did right there.
Waller will go in motion left. Stidham out of the gun from his own 47. Chiefs rush 4. Stidham steps up, fires over the middle. That ball may have been deflected as he got hit. And we got a flag in the secondary at the 40-yard line. And we haven't had many penalties today. Scott Novak will tell us what the issue was
Pass
here.
Interference on a defense number 35. Ball will be placed at the spot of the foul and an automatic first down.
So 38 seconds to go and a timeout. So the Raiders are in business here. Really marking this thing.
Well, the side judge is on the 45. Now the umpire is moving the ball to the 45. But the Raiders are absolutely in business. I mean, they're already close to field goal range. I wouldn't mind seeing them take a shot here. You know, I mean, it's 21-3. They're midfield. They've got some big-time weapons. Touchdown would be gigantic.
Ball to Chief, 45. 38 seconds to go in the half. Stidham again, looking downfield. Nobody there. Sacked. Third time for the Chiefs in this one.
That's the rookie Karlaftis, who now has 6 sacks in his last 7 games. He's been on a tear.
Well, that pushed the ball back to the 48 of Las Vegas, and they used their final timeout with 32 seconds to go.
It was Chris Jones, again, getting the penetration that made Stidham step up, even though, once again, they're sliding the line to Chris Jones. What that means is, Bill, they've got 3 offensive linemen accounting for Chris Jones in the defensive end of that side, but Alex Bars, the right guard, keeps getting beat around the edge. He's not using his help. You must use your help if you're an offensive lineman.
Second down now, 17. Raiders at their own 48. And another drop back for Stidham. Lots of time. Flag on the play. Down the middle to Adams at the 35. Inside the 30. Will be a first down. However, it's probably going to be a hold against the Raiders.
Legal use of hands. Hands to the face on the offense, number 66. That's a 10-yard penalty. Second down.
Dylan Parham is the culprit there. Hands to the face. Boy, this is a game, Ross, where the Raiders show you flashes of good things, but they can't put it all together.
Yeah, and it's a good call. I mean, Dana's helmet came off. Dana's rushing Mike Dana over the left guard, Parham, and he got the hand so far up in his face mask that he actually knocked the helmet off. That's usually a pretty good indicator for the official. So now the Raiders are in a very different situation. 24 seconds left, 2nd and 27. Now you're really without any timeouts, just hoping you can get a big chunk play to try to get into field goal range.
Well, they're 38. And Jarrett Stidham back to throw. Nobody open. Dancing around in the pocket. Now in trouble. Look out. Throws it upfield, and that's incomplete. Throws it to the Raider bench. Got hit on the play. And that stopped the clock with 17 seconds to go. It's going to be 3rd down and 27 yards for a first.
And it really has to be an outbreaking route now. Because if you get tackled in the field of play, you're not going to have enough time to spike it. And if it's short of the first down, you can't spike it because it's 4th down anyway. So this has to be some type of deep down the field throw that gets out of bounds. If you're the Chiefs, you need to be playing outside leverage. You can actually give up a pretty big play here if you're the Chiefs. You just can't let them get out of bounds.
Play clock dwindling down, but Stidham gets it away. We have a flag on the play late. Stidham got hit. He got fumbled, and the Chiefs pick it up at the 30-yard line of the Raiders. We'll have to see what the flag is for.
And Stidham's hurt. He's down, Bill.
Slow to get up. Here's the
Legal
call.
shift on the offense. 2 players are moving at the same time. Penalties decline. First down, Kansas City. Ruling on the field was a fumble.
Oh, my goodness. Now the Chiefs are going to get a field goal attempt, at least. Because of the fumble.
Yeah, you got to figure Mahomes will try to get one shot to the end zone. They got 9 seconds. Taking a look at the replay. And there was no pass attempt. He got hit and the ball just came out. All right, 9 seconds to go in the half. Chiefs up 21-3, trying to pick up some more points before we go to the locker room. And they are at the 30-yard line of Las Vegas. Shotgun for Mahomes. 2 wides each side. Now McKinnon, the running back, in motion, far side right as well. Empty backfield. Quick out near left side. Valdez-Scantling is going to scoot out of bounds at the 26. Stops the clock with 5 seconds, and they'll send the field goal unit on.
Who would have thought when the Raiders were at the Chiefs 48 that this would end with the Chiefs getting a field goal attempt? But you get a couple penalties and a fumble, and now that the Chiefs might be able to put more points on the board.
Harrison Butker on for the field goal try. He's had some injury issues this year, but they have Matthew Wright also. He was not active for this game. Butker will try this from 44 yards, kicking right to left. On the near left hash. This one is airborne, and that's just fine. And the Chiefs will go to the locker room with a big lead on the bulk of the arm of Patrick Mahomes. Some solid play all around. They lead 24-3 over the Raiders. And Ross, Just a tough first half for the home team. That's the end of the first half. Gave you the score. Chiefs 24, Raiders 3. When we return, Scott Graham rejoins us from our Progressive Insurance studios with the halftime report. Drivers who switch and save with Progressive save nearly $700 on average. Call or click today. Visit Progressive.com today. You're listening to the NFL on Westwood One.
For the ones who get it done, Grainger offers high-quality supplies and solutions for every industry, as well as access to product specialists who have the knowledge and experience to answer your toughest questions. Plus, their commitment to being your safety partner can help you keep your facilities safe and your people safer. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by.
Looking for a perfect post-holiday pick-me-up? Well, treat yourself to a $5 pot pie from KFC. For a limited time, pot pies at Kentucky Fried Chicken are now just $5. Each KFC pot pie is made with a delicious mix of tender chicken, savory sauce, perfectly cooked veggies, and topped with a golden flaky crust. It really is the ultimate $5 comfort meal. Only at KFC. That's finger-licking good. Price and participation may vary. Limited time offer. Tax extra.
Scott Graham from our Westwood One studios. We have reached halftime of game number 1 of our special Saturday Week 18 doubleheader. And right now, Kansas City Chiefs are in cruise control, trying to wrap up the number 1 overall seed in the AFC. They've got a 24-3 lead over the Raiders in Las Vegas at halftime. As we said, this is game number 1 of our doubleheader. Game number 2 is a championship game in the AFC South. And if anybody saw that coming, back when the Jaguars lost 6 of their first 7 games to start the year, you probably would have been thought to be crazy. But Jacksonville has won 4 games in a row. They had their destiny in their own hands coming in, and now they will play at home in game number 2 of our doubleheaders. They take on the Tennessee Titans. The winner wins the AFC South. You take a look at what this team has done this year, and it has been very interesting in terms of the way they have turned things around. Trevor Lawrence, their quarterback, respects the journey.
You know, it feels good knowing, what we had to do to get here, but also job's not finished. We have to win this game to get in, and then moving forward, we kind of get what we earn every week. So, we're embracing that. I think that's kind of how it's been for us for the past month, really. So the team's responded well to that, and I'm proud of the situation we put ourselves in. It wasn't easy to get in this spot, especially the way we started the season, and here we are with an opportunity to win the division. And this is the only game that matters right now, and we're just putting everything we have into just scoring one more point than them. That's all that matters, is winning the game.
Now, as Lawrence talks about what they did to get to this spot, it's the exact opposite for the Tennessee Titans. They have been beleaguered by injuries and are in the middle of a 6-game losing streak, which has brought them to this point. It was really just about a month ago that everybody thought they might cruise to a division title. That's not the case anymore. I talked with their safety, Kevin Byard, this week, and he basically told me, Scott, forget about all that.
Nothing that really happened the previous 6 games doesn't really matter anymore at this point. It's just every single week up to this point is literally week by week. Like this game right here is the most important game of the season. So that's how we're preparing. Guys understand the magnitude of this game. Obviously, it's going to be on prime time, all that good stuff. But that's pretty much what the message is this week. The mindset of this team is like, hey, regardless of what happened the previous 6 weeks, we go out here and win this ball game. We get to the tournament. Who knows what can happen? So I just think that's how we're preparing for this game.
You decided to play last Thursday in a game that did not have, I'm not going to say it didn't mean anything because that's the wrong way to say it, but in a game that didn't have an impact on whether or not you were going to win the division. Is some of that due to the fact that people look to you as a leader on this team?
I mean, I wouldn't say that I just decided to play. For me personally, it really was never like a discussion. It really wasn't never like a second thought about me not playing. Like, I don't take anything for granted. I don't take any opportunity to play this game that I love for granted. The way I viewed it, regardless if it didn't mean anything to the mathematical sense of the playoffs, but it means a lot to me. It means a lot for me to go out there and battle with my brothers, and I know it meant a lot to the guys who had got an opportunity because Coach was resting guys, and you have guys that's going out there having their first opportunity to play some meaningful minutes. It means a lot to those guys, and it meant a lot to me because it's just another opportunity to go out there and play the game. I don't play this game thinking about, man, I need some rest for next week, or, maybe I can go ahead and get injured. That's just not the way I live my life. I live my life day to day and just taking every blessing that comes with it.
Now, you talk about somebody who got a chance to play in that game and the opportunity, and it was a big-time opportunity, as it turned out, for Josh Dobbs. And in a lot of ways, I know it's not your side of the ball, but he showed enough in that game to have the confidence of the head coach and the team to be able to start in this game. What do you see out of him?
Yeah, I think it was just impressive for him to come here and only been here, a week or 2 weeks, and to kind of show the confidence and show the ability to not only just learn the offense as he did, but also be able to execute the way he did. Don't get me wrong, he didn't play a perfect game. I know he feels the same way. But like I said, to come here on a short week to learn the offense, to go out there, execute, move the ball, make some pretty good throws, I think that was pretty impressive in my opinion. So hopefully with another week of a strong practice and diving more into the playbook, he'll be able to move the offense even better than he did last week.
You've seen this team before. You played them recently. This is a Jags team that has found a little bit more of itself offensively this year. A quarterback who seems to have found a little bit more of himself offensively. The running game they have. What do you see from them on film?
Yeah, they're definitely a hot team right now. They've been winning a lot of ball games. Their offense is playing at a high level right now. Obviously, Trevor Lawrence is playing the best ball of his career. Evan Ingram's playing the best ball of his career. I think that pretty much everybody that you can name is playing their best ball of their career in their offense. So their explosive group, a lot of their offense is a lot of catch and run things where they have a lot of great athletes, whether it's Evan Ingram or Christian Kirk. These guys catch the ball from 6 yards and turn these 6-yard catches into 30-yard gains. So I think we're going to have to be great tacklers. We're going to have to find a way to get after this quarterback, affect him, get him outside the pocket. Obviously create some turnovers, but we're going to have to play great team defense. We're going to have a chance to win this game.
Kevin Byard and the Tennessee Titans trying to turn it around tonight and win a division title as Tennessee takes on Jacksonville for the AFC South Championship. That comes up immediately following this one. By the way, if Jacksonville were to lose this game, they would still be alive going into tomorrow. They would need a lot of help to qualify for the AFC wildcard slot. Our halftime score, Kansas City 24, the Raiders 3. This is Westwood One's coverage of the National Football League.
Hey, this is Alyssa Lang from SiriusXM SEC Radio. This football season, there's only one way to stay up to date with your favorite school, the SXM app. From interviews with coaches,
Nick Saban, our guest.
Everybody wants to develop. How many people are willing to do the things they need to do to develop?
To analysis on your team.
They have the best returning offensive line in the SEC.
It's all in one place on the SXM app. Just search for your school's name and look for that iconic logo. Download the SXM app and start listening today.
The magic of the FA Cup is on SiriusXM FC. Don't miss a clash of giants this Sunday. It's Manchester City's scoring machine.
De Bruyne, left foot shot, so easy, so good, so clinical.
Against a star-laden Chelsea side.
Through for Kai Havertz, that is a stunning second goal for Chelsea.
Don't miss the FA Cup on SiriusXM FC. Coverage kicks off Sunday at 11:30 Eastern on SiriusXM FC 157 and the SXM app.
Get the VIP treatment. With the SiriusXM Platinum VIP plan, you get everything you love about SiriusXM on up to 2 radios and 2 SXM app logins for one great price. Enjoy opportunities for exclusive experiences, dedicated customer care, and access to Stitcher Premium Podcasts. It's all included with your Platinum VIP subscription. Call 855-268-1820 and become a VIP. Offer details apply. Not available in Canada.
SiriusXM is the destination for the best in podcasts. Get started on your 2023 resolutions. From parenting to finances to good sleep, put it all together with the Life Kit podcast. Kick the tires and hit the gas on Go Racing with Adam Carolla. And get cozy and creative on the Stitch Please podcast. Do something new in 2023 with SiriusXM podcasts. All are available now on the SXM app, included with all trials and popular plans.
Welcome back to our special Saturday NFL doubleheader on Westwood One from the Progressive Insurance Studios. I'm Scott Graham. Looking for a career path with flexibility, great pay, and benefits? Go to progressive.com/careers and apply online today. Bundle today at progressive.com. Big lead for Kansas City, trying to wrap up the number 1 overall seed in the AFC here at halftime. And don't forget, we've got more football after tonight coming your way with playoff implications. That would be our final Sunday night football game of the season tomorrow night. The Green Bay Packers are in a win and they're in as they take the field at Lambeau. Detroit will know going into the game whether they are still alive pending the outcome of the Seattle Seahawks game. This could be one game winner take all, the other go home. Tomorrow night, it is Green Bay and Detroit on Sunday Night Football. Our coverage begins at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Our halftime score, Kansas City 24, the Raiders 3. When we return, Bill Rosinski and Ross Tucker have the second half kickoff. You're listening to the NFL on Westwood One.
Are you ready? Stock up and save big now, store-wide at the Lowe's Truckload Event. For a limited time, save up to 50% on select tools and accessories from the brands you trust. And buy a DeWalt 12-inch dual bevel miter saw and get an adjustable stand for free. Plus, get deals on appliances, bath, and more. Head to your local Lowe's or visit Lowe's.com to shop the Truckload Event today. While supplies last, selection varies by location. Valid 12/29 through 1/11.
Back at Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas, Bill Rosinski alongside Ross Tucker and the rest of our Westwood One crew. Chiefs on top by a score of 24-3. Let's check the halftime stats, sponsored by Indeed. We get it. A single hire can make or break everything. Indeed lets you schedule and conduct virtual interviews, all from one place. Start at Indeed.com/credit. Well, in the first half, the Chiefs had 69 yards rushing, including 2 rushing scores. Patrick Mahomes, 14-17, 175 yards and a score. Total plays for the Chiefs, 29 for 243 yards. The Raiders had 53 on the ground. Stidham was 8-13 throwing, 103, but he also threw an interception, lost it on a fumble, and was sacked 3 times. The Raiders, 31 plays for 126 yards. And Ross, lots of times I look at the play chart to see how this played out. Raiders opening possession, 9 plays, 40 yards, field goal. After that, an interception, a long drive that ended with nothing inside the red zone, and then they coughed it over on the fumble. Chiefs have had 5 possessions. They've scored 4 times.
Right, which is why if you're the Chiefs here in the second half, the keys are really simple. Don't turn the football over offensively, and defensively, don't give up any big plays. For the Raiders, it's really simple. It just starts with this drive right here. They get the ball to start the second half. They need to go down the field, find a way to get a touchdown, and start to chip away at this lead.
And again, a reminder, if the Chiefs win this game, they will be the number 1 seed in the AFC. Because of that Bills Cincinnati game being a no contest, the NFL announcing yesterday what the playoff scenarios would be. There are coin flips involved as far as home field edge. There could be neutral sites involved. We won't get into that in this broadcast, unfortunately.
Well, I don't know. It's 24-3.
Yeah, well.
Maybe in the fourth quarter we will.
Yeah.
We can go through all the permutations.
Been there, done that a few times in my life. Now we can talk about who the next quarterback for the Raiders is going to be. Time for the second half kickoff, sponsored by Puffs Plus Lotion Tissues. Protect your nose from winter blues. Use Puffs Plus Lotion Tissues for every achoo. Here's the kickoff from left to right. Through the end zone, Raider ball at the 20-yard line. So a rough first half. Remember Stidham last week in their game against the 49ers. Had a great day. 23 of 34, 365 yards, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Ross, this has been a different story today. He's feeling the heat. He's getting sacked, and nobody's getting open.
Well, and also the last play we saw him in the first half, the play he fumbled on, he was slow to get up and took a pretty big shot. So I'll be curious to see just how well he plays here in the second half, see how healthy he is.
Jacobs, the running back. Play action fake to him. Stidham in the pocket. Nobody open. He's going to take off and run to the 30, and he'll slide there. And that is the one thing we've seen in this game from Stidham, the ability to take off and run and pick up yards.
Which is extremely valuable at any level of football. I mean, you know, I talk to some coaches now, Bill, they can't imagine having a quarterback that can't run a little bit to get them a couple first downs a game when things break down.
Stidham has rushed 5 times for 38 yards. Got 5, 2nd and 5. And he will throw again. 4-man rush over the middle, and he finds Jacobs as running back, and that's not going to be a first down. Right between the hashes at the 34-yard line. Pick up a 4. Nick Bolton on the stop. It'll be 3rd down and 1 to go for a Raider first down. 24-3 Chiefs, just underway third quarter.
Obviously not a great likelihood for a comeback by the Raiders, but stranger things have happened. There's plenty of time on the clock, and any big comeback always starts with just that first score. They got to get their first down, though, here at first.
And they're going to work out of the eye with Jacobs, the running back. 2 receivers near side left. Extra tight end on the right side. There's the snap. Play action fake. Back to throw Stidham. Can't find anybody. Going to scramble to his right. He's going to get the first down. He's to the 35 and scoots out of bounds at the 40-yard line. Got 6. Boy, Adams was the only guy going deep that time. He kept looking at him. Good coverage, but he was able to scramble for a first down.
They only had a 2-man route there on 3rd and 1. McDaniel's trying to get a chunk play. You're right, though. The Chiefs were all over Devontae Adams, so Stidham runs yet again. Chiefs haven't had a really good answer for that. I mean, maybe that should be the Raiders' offense. Stidham drop back and then go run for 8 to 10 yards.
He'll work under center this time. One running back, Jacobs, about 6 yards behind him. Play clock to 5, down to 4. They get it away. Jacobs the call. Makes one man miss. Bounces off the tackle. Boy, it's some tough sledding for him today. Gets 2 to the 41. Chris Jones in on the stop. Nick Bolton held out. By the way, Frank Clark got hurt in the first half for the Chiefs. He has a groin injury. His return questionable.
Josh Jacobs lost his shoe on that play, and one of the Chiefs defenders threw it, so he had to go grab his shoe, and he's putting on his left shoe here on the sideline. It has been tough sledding for him running the football, to say the least, in this game. Nick Bolton, one of the most underrated linebackers in the NFL.
And Zamir White, seeing him at running back for the first time this afternoon. He takes the pitch, trying to turn the left side. Nice burst of speed to the 45 to the 46. And a pickup of 5 on the play, setting up a manageable 3rd down. He's a rookie out of Georgia. Missed the last 2 games with an ankle injury. Just 16 carries this season for 66 yards.
Still feels like any of these 3rd downs, Darren Waller and Hunter Renfrow should be the guys that Jarrett Stidham's looking for. They're in the slot to the left and right, respectively, and they're just so tough as Renfrow goes in motion now to cover man-to-man in these situations.
Raiders 4-7 in 3rd down conversions. This is 3rd and a couple. Stidham deep drop, fires out. There's Renfrow, makes a man miss, keeps his balance, still running inside the 40 and down around the 37-yard line. Great run after the catch by the former Clemson Tiger. That's a pickup of 17 yards.
Feels good, Bill, when you say somebody should do something and then they do it and it works, right? I mean, look for Renfrow. He's going against Bolton. He does an unbelievable job of keeping his balance and using his offhand to keep his knees off the ground. He's so low to the ground as it is, but he's able to change direction so well.
Now first down at the 38. Raiders in Chiefs territory. Opening drive, 3rd quarter. Play action fake. Stidham deep drop. Scrambles right. Throws far side right. That's caught. And finally tackled at the 35-yard line. A short gain on the play. Got it into Jakob Johnson, the fullback. Picks up 3.
Jakob's out there mad at himself. Thought he should get more yards than that. You know, when you're a blocking fullback like Jakob Johnson, you almost never get the ball. When you finally get it, the last thing you want is for a corner to be able to chop you down like that. But Trent McDuffie, the rookie first-round pick, just chopped him down like a tree.
And if my stat board is right here, that's his first catch in the NFL. He's had some rushes. 2nd down coming up. Deep drop, Stidham, a little dump off here. Flag on the play. Here's Jacobs, or excuse me. Yes, this is Jacobs inside the 35 to the 31. But hold everything here. Flag back near the 40. Chiefs leading here 24-3.
Offside. Defense number 51 was in the neutral zone at the snap. That's a 5-yard penalty. 2nd down.
Voice of Scott Novak, our referee today. So they will move it down to the 30 with the penalty. And it'll be second down and a couple.
Good down to try to go to the end zone here. You know, 2nd and 2 from the 30. I would love a little play action pass here from the Raiders and take a shot if it's there. But the Chiefs do look like they've got 2 deep safeties.
See if they come with more than 4, but it's a run. Jacobs trying to go left and then cut back right. Doesn't have it. But just a yard shy. The NFL season finale is here, and the race to the playoffs is on. Tune in tonight and tomorrow for a full slate of games and one last chance to change the playoff picture. The NFL season finale all weekend long. All right, so a gain to the 29, gain of 1, so it is 3rd down inches here for the Raiders. Opening possession of this 3rd quarter, and they need points. I formation, Stidham under center. Jacobs, the handoff, has a seam to the 25, cuts back right at the 20. It'll be first down at the 19-yard line. Thornhill finally grabbed the running back. That's a pickup of 10 yards.
And I can't even tell you how good this lead block was by Jakob Johnson, but I'm going to try anyway. Nick Bolton tried to backdoor it. That means to try to chase it down from behind, but Jakob Johnson spotted him, stopped, and dropped the shoulder right in his midsection. What a block by Johnson to spring Jacobs.
Jacobs with the call again on first down as they run off left tackle and there's nothing happening. And the Raiders are in the CDW red zone. CDW, people who get it.
And they should be able to do something with it. The Chiefs have the worst red zone defense in the league. They've given up a touchdown almost 70% of the time. So teams have had a lot of success against the Chiefs in the red zone. This is the 3rd time the Raiders have been down here. They don't have a touchdown yet.
Zamir White is checked in the lineup. He'll be the running back. 2nd and 10 from the 19. Stidham fakes the handoff, drops back to throw. Good protection. Now hit as he throws, and the ball falls incomplete. Stidham is really taking some tough hits and gets up slowly. A little limp. And it's going to be 3rd down and 10 from the 19.
Well, Chris Jones again. I mean, he has a nice inside move against the left guard that pressures a little bit, and then Dunlap able to take Stidham down at the end. I love signings like Dunlap, a guy that's been in the league for so long. You don't need to give him that many snaps. Just give him enough snaps, 20 a game, where he can affect the play, and he did right there.
3 third down conversions on this drive for the Raiders. They need 10 to keep it going from the Kansas City 19-yard line. Jarrett Stidham, flag on the play. Did the clock expire?
My word.
Snap, delay game on the offense. 5-yard penalty, 3rd down.
That's a real bad look, right? That's a real bad look for the coaching staff. It's a bad look for the quarterback. You can't do that. 3rd and 10 is hard enough as it is. Now you make it 3rd and 15. Now Stidham really is going to have to drive the football into a very tight window, and the Raiders have already taken up half the 3rd quarter on this drive. They need a touchdown.
5 penalties now for 36 yards in this game. And all of a sudden, it's 3rd and 15 at the Kansas City 24. Empty backfield. Stidham sets up, throws out to Hunter Renfrow on the right side of the field at the 20. Makes the catch, got 4, and now they'll have to send down the field goal unit. Bolton on the stop. So, Ross, once again, we see the Raiders showing us some good things. 2nd time they've taken a drive, driven it downfield in the red zone, and now they're going to come up with 3 the last time they came up empty.
3rd and 15, and you throw a 3-yard out. I'm not sure I understand that. They're losing the football game 24-3. Is everyone aware of what the score is in the situation? I mean, you run a 3-yard out that has no chance to set up a field goal that puts you down 18 if you make it.
Carlson, the kicker from 38. This is up, and it is right down Las Vegas Boulevard. Good. With that field goal, Barbasol makes another donation to the Kurt and Brenda Warner Treasure House, a living community for adults with disabilities. Barbasol, the trusted choice for a close, comfortable shave. Close Shave America, Close Shave Barbasol. 6:55 to go, 3rd quarter. Chiefs 24, Raiders 6. This is Westwood One's coverage of the National Football League.
Braxton was diagnosed with choroid plexus carcinoma. a brain tumor. St. Jude is helping us put away our fears. We have an amazing team that fights for the best outcome for Braxton. He has the best chance here. I don't have to worry that how much is that bag of fluid going to cost me? Can I afford it to save my child's life? The donations, they're paying for me to live every day with my son, be stress-free, and enjoy every day with him. I wish there was a word bigger than thank you, more close to the heart, because thank you's not enough. They've given me hope. They've given me my son.
St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Finding cures, saving children. Learn more.
The College Football National Championship is on SiriusXM. The TCU Horned Frogs try to cap a dream season with a national title.
The Magic Man Max Duggan leads his Horned Frogs to victory.
The Georgia Bulldogs hope to cap an undefeated season with back-to-back national titles.
How about these dogs? Stetson Bennett, cool as can be.
Hear the national broadcast on ESPN Radio Channel 80. The TCU call on Channel 81. The Georgia broadcast on Channel 84. And all the action is on the SXM app.
Hi, it's Billy Joel here. It's back. All my music on my very own channel. New shows, new stories, hosted by Billy. The Billy Joel Channel. On now for a limited time. And in the SXM app, included in all trials and popular plans. Billy Joel, now on SiriusXM Channel 14.
Your broadcast booth in Las Vegas, along with Ross Tucker. I'm Bill Rosinski. Grainger helps you keep your team moving forward at work with supplies and solutions for every industry. Call, click Grainger.com, or stop by one of over 250 Grainger branch locations. 6:55 to go, third quarter, and the Raiders with a field goal have cut the Kansas City deficit to Kansas City lead to 24-6. That drive. 13 plays, 55 yards. They used 8 minutes and 5 seconds. And Carlson ended it with a 38-yard field goal. Stidham 4 of 5, throwing the ball 27 yards.
I mean, the Chiefs will let them do that every drive for the rest of the game. Go ahead, take the ball again, go 8 minutes and get a field goal.
Here's the kickoff, and that'll go through the end zone. Kansas City ball at the 25. Join us tomorrow afternoon for the FSC Football Championship game. It'll be number 1 South Dakota State against defending champ number 3 North Dakota State. Ted Emmerich, Derek Rackley, and Taylor Davis will have all the action for you live from Frisco, Texas. That begins at 1:30 Eastern. For more details or listen to the live stream for free, visit westwood1sports.com. If it's the FSC Championship game, it's on Westwood 1. Mahomes on first down, and they will run it. And this is the rookie Pacheco with the handoff, and puts his shoulder into the defender, Luke Masterson, who makes the tackle. That's a short gain on the play up to the 28. So it'll be second down and 7. So if you're the Chiefs, you keep doing what you're doing, though, right? The Raiders had a long drive there, but you've been having a lot of success throwing the football.
And anything you can do to keep that clock moving, keep doing it. I mean, Andy Reid's not going to take his foot off the gas for a while here, but it's a win if you keep that clock moving.
Mahomes on second and 7, down the middle of the field, broken up. Oh, a heads-up play. Valdez-Scantling was the intended receiver that time, and Sidney Jones makes a big play there to break it up.
Well, that was a bad ball, too, from Mahomes. You don't see that very often. He's throwing the in-cut to Valdez-Scantling and throws it well behind him. Valdez-Scantling just got his left hand on it. Otherwise, Sidney Jones would have picked it. Raiders desperately need a 3 and out here. It's third and long.
Third down and 7. The Chiefs in the road whites, red numerals, red helmets, and it's third and 7. Mahomes chased out of the pocket, and this time Crosby's got him for the sack, and it'll be fourth down. Crosby has not had a sack in his last 3 games, came in with 11 and a half, and he got one there.
Boy, did they need that, too. Max Crosby working against Andrew Wiley. That's a tough matchup for Wiley. Crosby's second in the NFL in quarterback hits. He is so good with his hands. It's a two-hand arm swipe. Wiley gets the hands up on his chest. Crosby just wipes them both away and then crushes Mahomes.
And Tommy Townsend will punt. From left to right, should get it away from his own 8 or 9 yard line. Hunter Renfrow back deep for the Raiders. And we got to delay a game.
Kudos to the Raiders for that delay game there, actually, because they kept changing up who it looked like was rushing on that punt block, and the Chiefs kept changing the protection, and by the time they finished changing the protection, there was no more time on the play clock.
There's the snap this time. Townsend gets it away. High punt. Renfrow waiting at his own 28-yard line. Tries to spin away from 2 defenders. Not going to happen. The value of a solid punter. How about 64 yards on that bomb from Tommy Townsend? And there's a break in the action, sponsored by Culligan Water. Culligan's high-efficiency water softener is the world's most efficient with its unique upflow proportional brining and its trademark aqua sensor technology. Learn more at Culligan.com. 5:09 to go, third quarter. Chiefs 24, Raiders 6. You're listening to the NFL on Westwood 1.
Football is a game of inches, and while we've advanced the ball down the field, our efforts to achieve equality are still far from the goal. But we are in it for the long haul. For years, P&G has used its voice to shine a light on inequalities and bias, and through their Take On Race platform, actionable change is being made. P&G is dedicated to investing in the future of boys and men of color, supporting the success of black women entrepreneurs, funding efforts that will improve the child care industry in the U.S., and much more. So we invite you to join P&G and take action to ensure the home field advantage is everyone's advantage. Go to pg.com/takeonrace to learn more. That's pg.com/takeonrace and engage in a quest for a more equitable world for everyone.
Feeling great starts with a great shave, and a great shave starts with Barbasol Shaving Cream. That's Barbasol Shaving Cream, an American classic for over 100 years. You're looking good, America. You're shaving with Barbasol.
Barbasol. NFL Plus is here, which means no matter where you are, this is how you football. You can stream live, local, and primetime regular season games on your phone or tablet. 45-minute game replays with NFL Plus Premium and more. This is the NFL for every fan. This is football freedom. This is your game on the go. Wherever you are, this is how you football. Go to plus.nfl.com and sign up today. Terms and conditions apply.
Log on to Westwood1Sports.com every weekday during the NFL season for a brand new episode of the Ross Tucker Football Podcast. Listen at your convenience at Westwood1Sports.com/Ross Tucker. Now, I told McCourty this because I had to read his stuff a couple weeks in Buffalo. I get $25 every time I promo your show.
Hey, well, listen, if this score continues, we can do that a lot in the fourth quarter. Let's do it. There's going to be a lot to say on Monday's Ross Tucker Football Podcast. First of all, unbelievable job by the Raiders here in the press box food. I mean, that dessert bar is unbelievable. But then also, we'll know who's in the playoffs. We'll know what's happening, and I'll fill everybody in 30 minutes or less.
Sounds like a plan. Raiders start at their 28, first down and 10. Play action fake. Stidham rolls right. He'll run if he wants to. And he's going to take off. 35-yard line. Goes for the first down marker. Let's see if we got it. And they're going to mark him out at the 35-yard line. That's pickup of 7. So it'll be second down and 3. We've got 4:56 to go. Clock ticking. Quarter number 3 here in Las Vegas. It is the Chiefs 24, Raiders 6. Again, if Kansas City wins this game this afternoon, they are the number 1 seed in the AFC. Stidham with a running back behind him, and that's Jacobs. Sizing up the defense, 5 on the play clock. Jacobs has it, dances out to his right, can't get the first down. The Chiefs, for the most part, have really put the hammer down on Josh Jacobs today.
Well, we talked about it. I think they were a little embarrassed by what happened in the first meeting between these two teams. And I'll tell you this much. I know there's still 19 minutes in the game, Bill, but I would like to see the Raiders use a little more up-tempo. Maybe go to no huddle a little bit, change up the tempo and the mojo of this game a little bit. They're just really slow in and out of the huddle. Time is not their friend right now.
3rd down and 3 at their 35. Inside 4 minutes to go in quarter number 3. Trips near side left, one receiver to the right, and now Stidham back to throw. Gonna air it out. This is mano a mano, and it's incomplete at the 35-yard line. Darren Waller, the intended receiver, and Justin Reed was right there with him. And Reed gets up, letting everybody know he was great on that coverage.
That's a tremendous play by Justin Reed. I mean, Darren Waller, it's a slot fade against the safety, and it's a pretty darn good ball from Stidham. I mean, it gets to the hands of Waller, but Reed's right there and rips it out. Not a drop by Waller, just a tremendous play by Reed. That's exactly why the Chiefs got him in free agency from Houston.
And on the punt, A.J. Cole. The Chiefs have had some issues this year with fumbled punts. Tony back deep's going to let this go. Boy, this was a dandy that he stuck inside the 5, down around the 2, and that's where the official's going to mark it. Well done, 63 yards by A.J. Cole. We've got a timeout with 3:34 to go in the 3rd quarter. Chiefs 24, Raiders 6. You're listening to the NFL on Westwood One.
Football season is underway, so now is the perfect time to download FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook. Because right now, new customers get a no-sweat first bet up to $1,000. That's free bets back. If your first bet doesn't win, just sign up with the promo code WIN. FanDuel has all your favorite bets from the money line to point spreads to player props. So sign up today with promo code WIN for your no-sweat first bet. Make every moment more this season with FanDuel, an official sportsbook partner of the NFL.
Must be present in state where lawful to wager. 21 plus in select states. First online real money wager only. Refund issued as non-withdrawable free bets that expire in 14 days. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Visit fanduel.com/RG. Colorado, Iowa, Michigan, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Illinois, Virginia. 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT-STEP to 53342. Arizona 1-800-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org/chat. Connecticut 1-800-9-WITH-IT. Indiana, Kansas 1-800-522-4700 or visit ksgamblinghelp.com. Louisiana 1-877-770-STOP. New York 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. Tennessee Redline 1-800-889-9789. Wyoming, West Virginia 1-800-522-4700 or visit 1-800-GAMBLER.net.
For the ones who get it done, Grainger offers high-quality supplies and solutions for every industry, as well as access to product specialists who have the knowledge and experience to answer your toughest questions. Plus, their commitment to being your safety partner can help you keep your facilities safe and your people safer. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by.
With a Peppermint Frosty, time to enjoy yourself is built in. You're welcome. They're so rich and creamy, a straw just won't cut it. And finishing one, it's not something you can speed through. So check your watch. Is it Frosty time yet? And by that, we mean, is it time for a moment with just you and your Frosty kicking back and doing whatever goes best with the chillest treat of the season? These Peppermint Frosty treats are going fast, so when it's time for Frosty time, choose wisely. Choose Wendy's.
Don't miss all the NFL excitement on NBC tomorrow night when the Detroit Lions meet the Green Bay Packers. Of course, you can also hear Sunday Night Football each week right here beginning at 7:30 Eastern on many of these same stations on the NFL app or online at WestwoodOneSports.com. Bill Brzezinski, Ross Tucker, the rest of our Westwood crew are in Las Vegas. Chiefs will start at their own 2. Moving left to right, we have 3:34 to go in the 3rd quarter, and the Chiefs with a 24-6 lead over the Raiders. Quick out, Kelsey on first down, and a gain of about 5 up to the 7-yard line. Teamer on the stop for the Raiders.
Kind of been a quiet day for Kelsey. Isn't that one of the things that's so impressive about the Chiefs? I mean, you think, oh, they don't have Tyreek Hill. How's that going to affect them this year? Well, Mahomes has 40-some touchdown passes and over 5,000 yards, and he's going to be the MVP of the league.
Kelsey, 4 catches, 26 yards. Mahomes, handoff. Here's McKinnon breaking a tackle at the 10. Wow. Cuts back left. That's going to be a first down up to the 14-yard line. Jerick McKinnon, tackled by Cleveland Furrow, former Clemson Tiger, but that's a first down run of 7 yards on the play.
And honestly, Bill, at this point in the game, any first down like that, depending on how the Chiefs elect to play it, can be almost 2 minutes of time off the clock, right? Because, I mean, I don't think they're going to just run it the next 3 plays, but as long as they keep the clock moving and they take the play clock down, the Chiefs can take another 2 minutes off the clock.
Tony in motion to the right. But Mahomes wants to throw on first down. Down the middle, wide open, caught at the 45, no, incomplete, broken up. Justin Watson, who was wide open for a big play early in the game, found himself open again, but the defense, as the ball hung in the air, able to catch up with the tight end, or I should say the wide receiver, and knock it away.
Mahomes was late. You don't say this very often, but Mahomes was late. He should have thrown this ball a good 1.5 seconds earlier. I don't know what he was waiting on, but he double clutched it, and by the time he threw it, that enabled not 1 but 2 Raider defenders to get in on the play.
That was Jones and Merrick to combine to break it up. Second down, Mahomes deep drop. Protection drops, and now he runs to his right. Tucks and runs, 20, 25, near sideline, out of bounds. And another Kansas City first down. They'll mark him at the 27-yard line and pick up at 13.
And the key thing you just said there is another Kansas City first down. If you're Max Crosby and you're going to go for the sack, someone has to replace you as the contain player. If Crosby's going to try to go inside move, you can't let there be no one to force Mahomes to stay in the pocket. He will take those open alleys there and run for first down, and he got a nice block downfield from McKinnon.
1:37, clock ticking, time to go third quarter. Running play, McKinnon up the middle. Oh, he breaks a tackle. He got away from Billings, but then they finally bring him down. And they lost on the play of a yard back to the 26-yard line.
Billings was trying to rip the ball out of his hands. Billings is 6'1", 311. I mean, think about that. 6'1", 311. In 10th grade, I was 6'1", 170. Thought I was pretty strong. Thought I was pretty buff. Imagine putting 140 pounds on that 10th grade body of mine. Wow.
Second and 11 Chiefs from the 26, 56 seconds to go third quarter. And they'll run it. This is Jones this time. Big hole left side across the 30 and tripped up and dropped as he got to the 35-yard line. A gain of 9. Roderick Teamer on the stop.
Well, I can tell you right now, Ronald Jones is going to set his season high in attempts in this game if he hasn't already, because he's barely gotten the ball. I bet you he gets the ball a decent amount in the fourth quarter. The Chiefs do have to run one more play here in the third quarter.
This is 3rd and 2 for the Chiefs at their 35. And again, Mahomes works out of the shotgun. 10 on the play clock. He's got it, looks left, throws left. That's behind the intended receiver, McKinnon. And it'll be 4th down. And that stops the clock with 13 seconds to go in the third quarter. The Chiefs still lead 24-6.
Well, that's exactly what the Raiders needed, though. It was not a good throw, again, by Mahomes. That was actually behind McKinnon. But even if he catches it, Duron Harmon took him out at the knees. I don't think he would have gotten the first down anyway.
Tommy Townsend, who crushed one over 60 yards the last time he punted, nails another one. Renfro backs up, decides to let it go. Oh, it hits at the 2, takes a Chief bounce, and down by those special teamers at the 3-yard line. Wow.
Tommy Townsend strutting like Pat McAfee after that one.
62-yard punt.
Unbelievable. I mean, even the Chiefs special teams are playing well today, and that's been an issue for them this year.
From now through Super Bowl 57 in Arizona, check out WestwoodOneSports.com for highlights from every playoff game, plus one-on-one interviews and much more. You can also listen to all the postseason action live for free. Log on to WestwoodOneSports.com today. Townsend. There's some of the replay of him strutting. All right, 2 seconds to go. Third quarter. Raiders at their own 3, moving right to left. Draw play, and nowhere to go for Jacobs. Maybe back to the line of scrimmage as time expires. End of the third quarter, our score. Kansas City 24, the Raiders 6. You're listening to the NFL on Westwood One.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? Changing your oil. You know, an oil change is a great way to get more MPGs. Right now, you can enter for a daily chance to win a $200 AutoZone gift card when you buy 5 quarts of Mobil 1 Full Synthetic and an STP Extended Life oil filter for only $38.99. Get the parts you need when you need them at AutoZone or AutoZone.com.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
No purchase required.
Are you ready?
Stock up and save big now, store-wide at the Lowe's Truckload Event. For a limited time, save up to 50% on select tools and accessories from the brands you trust. And buy a DeWalt 12-inch dual bevel miter saw and get an adjustable stand for free. Plus, get deals on appliances, bath, and more. Head to your local Lowe's or visit Lowe's.com to shop the Truckload Event today. While supplies last, selection varies by location. Valid 12/29 through 1/11.
Why do challenge flags only exist in football? Think how useful they'd be in real life. Like when you're positive it's not your turn to walk the dog. Challenge flag. The neighbor's kid says it wasn't their ball that dented your car door. Challenge flag. Your friend paid you back, but you definitely don't remember that? Boom. Challenge flag. Imagine settling a disagreement with an instant replay. Why isn't the world like that? I guess it's because it's technically impossible. But it's nice to dream about. You know one thing no one would ever challenge? Protecting your home and auto with Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers.
Welcome back to Las Vegas, along with Ross Tucker. I'm Bill Rosinski. Our scores, we start quarter number 4. Chiefs 24, Raiders 6. And the start of the quarter sponsored by Vicks DayQuil Severe. Knock out 9 of your worst cold and flu symptoms with Vicks DayQuil Severe. Just one dose starts working fast for max strength daytime relief. Power through with DayQuil Severe, the 9-to-none medicine. Raiders at their 2-yard line, 2nd and 11. As we get ready to start this third quarter, here are the stats through 3 quarters. The Chiefs have run 39 plays for 269 yards. Patrick Mahomes 15 of 21 for 180. 1 touchdown pass, has been sacked once. The Chiefs do have 100 yards on the ground, 17 carries for 100 yards. The Raiders 87 yards rushing. Stidham 12 and 19 for 130. 1 interception, a fumble. He's been sacked 3 times. Raiders have 47 plays for 187 yards. Jarrett Stidham about 2 yards deep in the end zone.
Chiefs are coming with a blitz. Raiders have an opportunity here.
There's the snap. Protection good over the middle of Renfro. Oh boy, he was grabbed by the shoulder pads and thrown backwards. That's a gain of 6 to the 8. Nick Bolton is the guy who roughed him up there.
Bolton's second in the NFL in tackles. And he's one of only 2 guys in the league, along with Roquan Smith, that have over 150 tackles, 2 or more interceptions, 2 or more sacks. I don't know that he gets talked about as being one of the better off-the-ball linebackers in the NFL, but he is very good.
All right, 3rd down, 6. Raiders at their own 8-yard line. 2 receivers, far side left, 1 to the right. Stidham looking right. There's the toss. That ball got deflected. Going for Devontae Adams, who has been pretty much blanketed by this Kansas City secondary today. So the the Raiders are a 3 and out, and the Chiefs will get the ball back.
Got to be careful when you throw the ball near Carlos Dunlap. I feel like he's done that so many times in his outstanding 13-year career. I mean, he's all of 6 feet 6 inches, and it actually went off his helmet. He got his hands up, but it went off of his helmet, and the Raiders have to punt it again, and the Chiefs can continue to churn clock.
Tony back deep. Cole kicking from his own end zone, left to right. Another good punt. Tony backpedaling near side, takes it at his own 33. Now starts upfield. Boy, he got popped hard. Up around the shoulder and helmet. Now a little push and shove from some of the blockers. Kansas City good field position despite the 58-yard punt. 14:04 left in the 4th quarter. Chiefs 24, Raiders 6. This is Westwood One's coverage of the National Football League.
The magic of the FA Cup is on Sirius XM FC. Don't miss a clash of giants tomorrow. It's Manchester City's scoring machine.
De Bruyne, left foot shot, so easy, so good, so clinical.
Against a star-laden Chelsea side.
Through for Kai Havertz, that is a stunning second goal for Chelsea.
Don't miss the FA Cup on SiriusXM FC. Coverage kicks off tomorrow at 11:30 Eastern on SiriusXM FC 157 and the SXM app.
Get the VIP treatment. With the SiriusXM Platinum VIP plan, you get everything you love about SiriusXM on up to 2 radios and 2 SXM app logins for one great price. Enjoy opportunities for exclusive experiences, dedicated customer care, and access to Stitcher Premium Podcasts. It's all included with your Platinum VIP subscription. Call 855-268-1820 and become a VIP. Offer details apply. Not available in Canada.
SiriusXM is the destination for the best in podcasts. Get started on your 2023 resolutions. Learn about all kinds of relationships on This Is Love with Phoebe Judge. Get intimate with open conversation on the Good Sex podcast. Hear Dan Savage's brutal but useful advice on Savage Love. And solve the mystery of your singledom on Why Won't You Date Me with Nicole Byer. Improve your relationships in 2023 with SiriusXM podcasts. All are available now on the SXM app, included with all trials and popular plans. SiriusXM is the destination for the best in podcasts. Get started on your 2023 resolutions. From parenting to finances to good sleep. Put it all together with the Life Kit podcast. Kick the tires and hit the gas on Go Racing with Adam Carolla. And get cozy and creative on the Stitch Please podcast. Do something new in 2023 with SiriusXM podcasts. All are available now on the SXM app, included with all trials and popular plans.
All the action live from Jacksonville at 8 Eastern, right here on most of these same Westwood One stations, via the NFL app on Alexa-enabled devices, or online at our website, westwood1sports.com.
That should be a good one.
Yeah.
Looking forward to that one, man. Championship game tonight.
Well, let's get into that here.
T-Mac and J-Mac, Tom McCarthy and Jason McCourty.
Chiefs at their 38, 1st and 10. Mahomes avoids the sack, now throws upfield. Kelsey, far side 45, and brought down at the 50-yard line. Merrick on the tackle, and that's a pickup of 12, marking it to 50. So, you know, Jacksonville really playing well. Trevor Lawrence, new head coach, that's made a difference. I kind of like them tonight.
And I'm curious, the Titans are getting a lot of guys back with Derrick Henry, Danico Autry, Jeffrey Simmons. Short week for the Jags. Joshua Dobbs played well in his first start.
Chiefs are going to run it, and here is a hard run by the rookie running back Pacheco. Little counter to the right. Jones on the stop, but he's able to get down to the Raider 43-yard line. That's a pickup of 7.
Every run by Pacheco is a hard run. Every single one. I mean, that is so impressive that they got him late in the draft, and he's become their leading rusher this year.
So we're inside 13 minutes to go in the game. Chiefs on top, 24-6. Mahomes on 2nd and short. Goes upfield. That's caught at the 32. Flag on the play. Catch made by Valdez-Scantling. And what is this for?
Well, the quarterback was in the pocket. Legal contact on the defense number 31. That penalty's declined. First down.
Voice of Scott Novak, our referee.
You know, Bill, the Chiefs are snapping the ball too early here. I mean, when you've got a lead like this in the 4th quarter, you shouldn't snap the ball until there's less than 5 seconds on the play clock. That last play, the Chiefs snapped it with 14 seconds on the play clock. I mean, Mahomes knows better. You want to try to milk that play clock down, shorten the game for a lot of different reasons.
1st and 10 at the 33. McKinnon again run hard right side at the 25-20. Far sideline, trying to chase him down. And the rookie finally out of bounds inside the 5. What a burst of speed. Duron Harmon finally saved a touchdown, but he takes it down to the 2-yard line. 31-yard rumble.
The Chiefs have just kind of worn him down now. And they give the ball to Pacheco. This is just inside zone. And the Raiders are not able to get off blocks all over the field. Noah Gray downfield as well. The Chiefs are bringing in a D lineman, trying to get the number of them, but they got a D lineman in on this play. I think it's Colin Saunders, perhaps. He's lined up at tailback. Andy Reid is just out here drawing up plays.
So Saunders, play action fake to him. Mahomes rolls right. 1st and goal from the 2. He actually had Saunders in the end zone. but throws it away incomplete. Second down and goal from the 2-yard line. By the way, Nate Hobbs is out for the Raiders with a hand injury, out for the game. They've also lost Harvey Longy. He's out with a concussion.
So Saunders was very well covered. Credit Luke Masterson for realizing if he's out here, it's probably because Andy Reid's trying to have more fun at our expense and get a D-tackle, a touchdown catch.
Second and goal, Kansas City at the 2. Moving right to left, 5 on the play clock. Mahomes, play action fake. Loops it, finds Kelsey. 2-1. Did he cross the goal line? No. They're going to mark him down shy of the goal line. In their first meeting this year, Kelsey caught 4 touchdown passes. Almost that time, third and goal, just outside the goal line.
I know they wanted to score a touchdown, but it's not the end of the world that he was down on his rear right before he scored, because it allows them to churn even more clock.
Yeah, once again, third down and goal, just inside the 1. McKinnon will go in motion right. Mahomes, little counter play up the middle. It's a touchdown for Pacheco. Easy drive that started at their own 38. And 7 plays later, they're in the end zone, and the Chiefs are out all over the Raiders, 30-6.
That looked a lot like the counter they ran to Kadarius Toney earlier in the game, except this time it goes to Isaiah Pacheco when he gets in on the scoring spree. You get a touchdown, and you get a touchdown, and you get a touchdown, Isaiah Pacheco.
And now the extra point try by Butker. Is it good? Yes, just inside the right upright. We've got 11:03 left in this one. Chiefs 31, Raiders 6. You're listening to the NFL on Westwood 1.
Barbasol Shaving Cream is available in 5 fantastic flavors to customize your close shave. Whether it's original, soothing aloe, or Pacific Rush, there's one for every face. Find your favorite Barbasol today.
Barbasol. Looking for a perfect post-holiday pick-me-up? Well, treat yourself to a $5 pot pie from KFC. For a limited time, pot pies at Kentucky Fried Chicken are now just $5. Each KFC pot pie is made with a delicious mix of tender chicken, savory sauce, perfectly cooked veggies, and topped with a golden flaky crust. It really is the ultimate $5 comfort meal. Only at KFC. That's finger-licking good. Price and participation may vary. Limited time offer. Tax extra.
The NFL is headed back to Las Vegas for the reimagined Pro Bowl games presented by Verizon. Watch the league's best show off their talent in the first ever AFC versus NFC flag football game. New skills challenges on and off the field, and even a special live concert performance. The 2023 Pro Bowl games presented by Verizon. Sunday, February 5th, 12 p.m. Pacific at Allegiant Stadium, Las Vegas. Visit ProBowl.com/tickets to buy your tickets today.
Introducing Barbasol 1919 Classic Shaving Cream, paying homage to the original invented over 100 years ago. This new non-aerosol formula features enhanced ingredients, an exceptional glide, and crisp fragrance for a winning shave experience.
Barbasol.
A reminder that you can hear Westwood One's coverage of every NFL postseason game streamed live for free. Catch all the action on the NFL app via Westwood One station streams on WestwoodOneSports.com or by asking Alexa to open Westwood One Sports. All sponsored by AutoZone. Free battery testing, free battery charging, and replacement batteries that fit your needs. That's what makes AutoZone America's #1 battery destination. Get in the zone, AutoZone. Bill Rosinski, Ross Tucker, and the rest of our Westwood One crew are in Las Vegas. The Chiefs in total control. 11:03 left in the game. Kansas City 31. The Raiders 6, the last scoring drive, 7 plays, 62 yards. And Pacheco ended it with a 1-yard touchdown run.
And Bill, this is kind of stunning, right? I mean, the Raiders have played in 9 straight one-possession games. Coming into today, they're playing at home. They looked great against the Niners last week. The Chiefs had been in 5-0 against their division, but they were all one-score games. So this game is the exact opposite of what a lot of us expected based on the history of both these teams this year.
And here's the kickoff. Abdullah back deep. He can return this if he wants to. No, going to take a knee about 3 yards deep.
It's funny just to hear you say if he wants to. I'm sitting there thinking, it's the last game of the year. It's the fourth quarter. You're down 31-6. Do you want to bring the ball out and have 11 trained assassins that are trying to light you up do that? I think you probably made the right choice.
So Jared Stidham and company will start at their 25-yard line. Stidham is 13 of 21 for 135. He's been a pretty good rusher. 7 carries, 50 yards. Josh Jacobs, he's had a tough go of it today. 16 carries, 33 yards. Jacobs will be the running back. Raiders in the home silver and black move left to right from their 25. Play action fake. Stidham in the pocket, fires downfield. It's caught Davante Adams at the 40 up to about the 43-yard line. A pickup of 18. Trent McDuffie on the tackle, and the Raiders will hopefully be going speed up here to try to get some points.
And they're still not. I mean, they're still slowly meandering with their extra offensive linemen, and they're huddling up.
Is that because of Stidham?
I would be furious right now.
Is that
I'd
because
be
of
furious.
Stidham?
I don't know how that could be. He's been with the team the whole year.
I formation at the 43. Play action fake. Stidham rolls right, cocks the arm, throws, and he finds his receiver. And this is Matt Collins, roughed up by Bolton as he threw him over to that near Raider sideline. Gain of 4 to the 47. By the way, the catch by Davante Adams, he needed 57 yards for 1,500 for the season, so he's got that and a few more. So now the Raiders become the 4th team to have a rusher go for over 1,500 and a receiver go for over 1,500 yards. Stidham on second down, back in the pocket with time over the middle. Oh, and a nice catch. Is that Waller? No, yes, it was. Darren Waller, defender all over him, hitting him as the ball got there and holds onto it at the cheap 43-yard line.
That was behind him. You're right, Bill. Waller, maybe the best catch we've seen today. I mean, he had a defender all over him. Brian Cook, the rookie safety from Cincinnati. Terrific job by Waller to look that in, and the Raiders are still huddling. And honestly, I would be furious if I were a Raiders fan right now.
Well, there aren't many here today. Mostly Chiefs fans. Here's Stidham over the middle, and he's got Hunter Renfro inside the 30. In fact, they're going to mark him right at the 30-yard line, cutting over the middle of the field from right to left. And Stidham with a nice throw, a laser to him, and a gain of 13.
And now they're going no huddle. Thank you. They're showing that they can do it. I mean, you have to at least try to do whatever you can to get back in the game.
Well, somebody told McDaniels, hey, Tucker's up there saying, you better go no huddle.
Yeah.
This time a quick out. That ball is caught by Keenan Cole. It should be Keelan Cole.
Raiders fans will never forget him after that touchdown catch he had at the end of the Patriots game, which led to the infamous Jacoby Myers throwback that Chandler Jones picked off and took in for a touchdown in overtime, or I guess at the end of regulation of that wild game against the Patriots.
2nd and 5 Raiders from the Kansas City 24. Good drive again here. They've had some good drives, no touchdowns. Stidham will dump it off to Jacobs near right side. Takes on two Chiefs defenders and pushed out of bounds. And some of the Raiders wanted a little flag for the extra push, but there was none. They gained down to the 23, short gain of 1.
I love the way Josh Jacobs plays football. No give up, no quit in that young man.
Raiders 6 of 12 in 3rd down conversions. Here's a 3rd down here and a pass to Adams inside the 15, near right side, almost to the number at the 10. They'll mark him a yard shy of that at the 11-yard line, but another Raider 1st down.
Davante Adams starting to rack up the numbers, Bill, but it kind of feels like empty calories, you know? And it'll look good on the stat sheet at the end of the game, but a lot of this is feeling like too little too late.
And that is his 100th reception this season. Ball at the 11. Abdullah now in at running back. To the right of Stidham, who works out of the gun. Back to Pot in the pocket. He goes over the middle to Abdullah on the pass. Well, it was caught. Going to mark him at the 9-yard line. A gain of 2. Willie Gay on the stop.
Probably. Oh, now they're going to say incomplete. Now they're going to say incomplete, which, by the way, is better for the Raiders.
Yep, stop the
to
clock.
stop the clock.
6:40 to go. This drive started with 11:03 left.
And they've been taking their time. Speaking of empty calories, I had not one but 2 of those cinnamon rolls out there. And I'm feeling bad about myself. I got to be honest with you. I might have to work out while I'm watching Titans-Jags.
Now what?
Changing the clock.
Yeah, they have donuts out there with both logos. And the logos are on the white icing. I put a couple of those away for later. Stidham out of the shotgun, back to throw. Has some time, fires in the near right corner of the end zone. Is this a catch? Does Waller have it? And it is a touchdown. Didn't know if he got both feet in. Justin Reed on the coverage. He had to go high in the air to grab this one, and a touchdown pass it is.
That's twice on that drive, although they're going to have to take a look at this.
After discussion in the back of the end zone, the pass is ruled incomplete. 3rd down.
Yeah, the left leg, he tried to get it down actually with his heel as he came down with it, and he was out of bounds. Not a catch.
Tremendous effort by Waller to go sky high, and he got the right foot down, but just wasn't able to get that left foot down. Man, he had a couple of awesome plays on that drive. That one, unfortunately, did not count.
3rd down and 10 at the 11. Raiders move left to right. We got 6:43 to go in the game. Chiefs leading 31-6. Stidham, another pass play. This goes for Hunter Renfrow, back left corner of the end zone. He's got it. That's a touchdown. Beautiful throw by Stidham over the defenders, into the awaiting arms, over the shoulder catch by Hunter Renfrow, and something to smile about for Raider fans. That's an 11-yard touchdown strike.
That was a beautiful throw by Stidham. I mean, just outstanding. Renfro's in the slot. He fakes like he's going inside, goes back outside to the corner route, and Stidham put the ball right over his outside shoulder right before the pylon. That was outstanding.
And the extra point is good. For Renfrow, just his 2nd touchdown catch of the season. He has missed some time with an oblique injury. We've got a timeout with 6:37 remaining in the game. Chiefs 31, Raiders 13. You're listening to the NFL on Westwood One.
This is it. The putt to win the tournament. If you sink it, the championship is yours. But on your backswing, your hat falls over your eyes. Is this how you're running your business? Poor visibility because you're relying on spreadsheets and outdated finance software? To see the full picture, you need to upgrade to NetSuite by Oracle. NetSuite is the #1 cloud financial system to power your growth. With visibility and control of your financials, inventory, HR, planning, budgeting, and more. NetSuite is everything you need to grow all in one place. With NetSuite, you can automate your processes and close your books in no time while staying well ahead of your competition. 93% of surveyed businesses increase their visibility and control after upgrading to NetSuite. Over 32,000 businesses already use NetSuite. For the new year, NetSuite is a new financing program for those ready to upgrade at netsuite.com/touchdown. Head to netsuite.com/touchdown for this special one-of-a-kind financing offer on the #1 financial system for growing businesses. netsuite.com/touchdown.
Did you know Nissan EVs have traveled 8 billion miles? Just a quick trip to Pluto and back. And what did we learn along the way? Well, that an EV can take on the world, like the Nissan Leaf. It can move racing forward and take your breath away, like the all-new Nissan Ariya. We learned to make EVs that electrify. 8 billion miles driven by Leaf owners globally since 2010. Aria not yet available for purchase. Expected availability late fall, subject to change.
At Staples, you can count on every project being print perfect, guaranteed.
I need presentations and brochures printed, and they have to be perfect.
Your bounded presentations, brochures with the finest folds, and more will be done right every time. That's our Print Big promise. Now at Staples, get $10 off your document printing and marketing materials order of $50 or more, plus 20% back by a store bonus. Try Staples and see the difference. Ends 2/11. Rewards members only. Bonus must be redeemed in store. See staples.com/stores/printbig for details.
With the Chiefs leading the Raiders 31-13, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Westwood One, your home for the National Football League.
This is Dusty Dvorak. Join myself and Danny Cannell for passionate sports talk and lots of laughs. Dog Days with Dusty and Danny, weekdays at noon Eastern only on Mad Dog Sports Radio, Channel 82.
Welcome back to the Grainger broadcast booth in Las Vegas. Along with Ross Tucker, I'm Bill Brzezinski. Field position is everything, and with over 250 Grainger branch locations, the right supplies and solutions for your industry are always right where you need them. Call, click, or stop by Grainger today. Anticipating an onside kick, and they get it, and the Chiefs recover it. The Raiders coming off that scoring drive, 10 plays, 75 yards, and it was Jarrett Stidham to Hunter Renfrow, ending it with an 11-yard touchdown pass, extra point good. The drive took 4 minutes and 26 seconds. So, Ross, we expected the onside kick. They didn't get it, but now the Chiefs can work on the clock with great field position.
Yeah, they absolutely can. I'm looking to see if Mahomes is still out there, and he is.
Wow.
Along with Ronald Jones. I don't expect them to put Mahomes in harm's way anymore in this game. I know I certainly wouldn't. I mean, they're still up by 18 points with 6 minutes to go. It's a 3-score game.
Tony in motion far side right, 2 receivers near side left. And this will be the run to Jones, running right, and squeezes a couple more yards, going off right tackle down to the 39-yard line. Harmon and Masterson on the tackle, and the Raiders will call a timeout. And we will take another break. 6:29 left. Chiefs 31, Raiders 13. You're listening to the NFL on Westwood One.
The Venture X card from Capital One gives you premium travel benefits, perfect for seeing Taylor Swift The Eras Tour. Presented by Capital One. Ooh, I do love her. Earn 5 times miles on flights and 10 times miles on hotels through Capital One Travel.
Enjoy your stay in Suite 13.
Whoa, 13? That's Taylor's lucky number. The Venture X card from Capital One. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
For everything your business needs to make this year your year, Staples has you covered.
I need to organize all my papers and files from last year and the year before that.
Staples has you covered.
I need to clear clutter from my office, and my home office, and my home.
Staples has you covered with everything you need to get organized this year at amazing savings. Right now at Staples, get up to 50% off select file folders, file cabinets, file boxes, and storage bins. Make this year your year at Staples, the working and learning store. Ends 1/28 in-store only.
Next week, Westwood One will have all the excitement of the Super Wild Card round of the NFL playoffs. A doubleheader on Saturday, January 14th. A tripleheader Sunday, January 15th. And then one final game Monday night, January 16th. Log on to WestwoodOneSports.com for more details or to listen to the live stream for free from the Wild Card round all the way to Super Bowl 57 in Arizona. The NFL playoffs are on Westwood One. Bill Brzezinski, Ross Tucker, along with the rest of our Westwood One crew. Larry Costigan producing today. Jane Kading, our statistician. Rick Cutler's our engineer. Mike Taylor spotting. And Scott Graham, of course, back in the studio. Raiders call a timeout. They trail 31-13.
So this is what I guess I'm still scratching my head a little bit, Bill. Let me know if I'm messing something up here. But Raiders go with the onside kick, and they're calling timeouts with 6.5 minutes left. If you're going to do things like that, you're obviously trying to win the game, which you should be. I guess I still don't understand why they were huddling for most of that last drive, right? I mean, that's a lot of time that they let go off the clock with some of that huddling that they didn't need to do.
I want to take a minute here to shout out John Murphy. John has been the longtime play-by-play voice of the Buffalo Bills and suffered a stroke last weekend before the Bills went to Cincinnati. I understand John is doing well And thoughts and prayers for you. I've known Murph a long time. He took over for Van Miller, the great voice of the Bills. So, Murph, we're thinking about you. Get better.
Likewise, Bill. Well said. And, yeah, I was there when he took over for Van.
Yeah. We'll talk about Van here in a second since I grew up there. Van's the reason I'm sitting next to you today. Here's Mahomes back to throw on second down. He wants a touchdown to Valdez-Scantling, and it's broken up at the 5-yard line. And that was Robertson on the coverage, so the Chiefs want to pad this lead as he aired it out on a 2nd down and 5. It's 3rd down.
This is surprising to me. I mean, number one, that was a tremendous play by Amik Robertson, but that is an example of Andy Reid putting Patrick Mahomes in harm's way. And can you even imagine, what the conversation would be if Mahomes gets hurt in the last 6 minutes of a game when they're up 3 scores in Raiders territory and they have the ball?
Like you, I'm surprised he's still in the game. 3rd and 5, Mahomes will throw. Feeling some heat. Down he goes in midfield. Cleveland Ferrell will get the sack. And that'll bring the punting unit on for Kansas City. Loss of 12. So, again, our thoughts to John Murphy, play-by-play voice of the Bills, getting better for the playoffs. Van Miller was the reason, when I was a little kid growing up outside Buffalo in Tonawanda, New York, I used to listen to Bills games on the radio. And Van was calling them. And I said, you know what? He's having fun. I think I'd like to do that for a living. The Bills had only 3 radio play-by-play voices in there. They were born in 60, so we're talking 62 years here as we get the punt away from Tommy Townsend. Almost blocked. Raiders went after him. Renfro at the 10. Running far side left, cuts back right, and he'll go down around the 18-yard line. 39-yard punt, 8 on the return.
So listen, I don't think the Raiders are going to come back and win this game, but these plays, these last 6 minutes, matters a lot to Jarrett Stidham, right? I mean, that last touchdown pass he threw to Renfro was impressive. He's trying to show somebody something, whether it's coming back with the Raiders with a chance to compete for the starting job, or maybe as a backup, or maybe somewhere else. He's continuing to try to put out some good tape.
So 1st down and 10 Raiders at their 18, moving left to right. Now they're going to run a draw. Jacobs right up the middle to 20, to the 25. Jacobs stiff arms a tackler up to the 30. And to the 31-yard line. Tackled by Justin Reed. That's a pickup of 13.
And he's still the 2nd leading rusher for the Raiders behind Stidham, who's got 50.
Wants to add to that league-leading rushing margin. Out in the flat, he'll add, and it's dropped. They had Jacobs out in the right flat around the 32, and he tried to run before he completed the catch, and he dropped it.
We could see it from here, right? I mean, you can see the helmet. He started to look at L'Jarius Sneed and was setting up how he was going to try to make Sneed miss or run through him before he actually secured the catch.
Jacobs came into the game 1,608 yards rushing, 12 touchdowns. Leading Nick Chubb by 160 yards. Derrick Henry's 3rd on that list, by the way. Stidham into the pocket, flushed out. Ball is loose on the ground. It looks like the Raiders got it back.
Well, that's not going to help. It has not been good from a ball security standpoint for Stidham, and the clock just continues to roll after something like that. And now the Raiders are huddling up again.
Yeah, that would be a sack. And a fumble recovered by the Raiders at the 30.
Davante Adams, of all people. Davante Adams recovered that.
Coming down to the 5-minute mark remaining in the game. Chiefs 31, Raiders 13. Trips near side right. And Davante Adams by his lonesome left. Stidham will throw over the middle to Renfro. Needs a block. Turns it upfield. Tackled. And I don't think he's got the 1st down, but we have a flag on the play.
A couple of them.
Yeah, 2 of them flying in from the far side of the field in the secondary. Gain was just shy of a 1st down.
Personal foul. Face mask on the defense, number 32. 15 yards to be added to the end of the run and an automatic 1st down.
And they'll push the ball into Kansas City territory.
Oh, I didn't see that live, but watching it on the monitor, that was a very blatant face mask by Bolden. I almost feel like sometimes, Bill, they should have two different types of face mask penalties, like a 5-yarder if you barely get it, and a 15-yarder if you really grab it and yank it.
First and 10 Raiders at the Chiefs' 46. 4:49 left in the game. Four-man rush. Oh, Stidham's in trouble. I don't know if that's a pass or a fumble. That ball's on the ground, picked up by Kansas City, and they rule it an incomplete pass.
Yeah, did it get back to the line of scrimmage? I don't think it did. And in that case, I don't know that I saw a receiver in the area. They're discussing intentional grounding right now, and here it comes.
Again, the call from Scott Novak. As they move it back.
It's the right call.
Intentional grounding on the offense, number 3. It's a 10-yard penalty and a loss of down. Second down.
And how about the quicks of Colin Saunders, number 99, 6 feet 324, chasing down Stidham.
Yeah, that's even a more impressive physique than Billings at 6'1", 311. He lost an inch and gained 13 pounds with Saunders. Yeah, he moves extremely well. It helps when he's unblocked, by the way.
Yeah, there you go. Second and 21 Raiders. And Stidham will throw. Nobody open, now steps up down the middle of the field. Adams couldn't grab it. A little bit behind him, he went high in the air, broken up in the secondary.
Got to wonder a little bit what Davante Adams is thinking, right? Didn't want to be a Packer anymore, wanted to come play with his best friend Derek Carr and the Raiders. Well, now he's here, and they're going to have a 6-11 season. Doesn't look like Derek Carr will be the quarterback here anymore.
Well, then my question to you is Tom Brady throwing to him next year?
I think that's certainly a possibility.
We've got a stoppage of play for some reason here. The officials are
they saying Davante Adams needs to be looked at?
Yeah, that looks like here come the trainers. And we've seen this not happen.
Boy, I didn't notice anything. I'm sure the TV monitors will give us another look at it. The ball was behind him.
Well, now we're getting a look at it from ESPN.
Ball was behind him.
A little forearm to the
the
neck.
back. His head snapped. The back of his head hit the ground pretty hard, which I guess is why they want to take a look at it.
3rd and 21 for the Raiders. 4:38 left in this one. Chiefs up 18. Jarrett Stidham looking for somebody to throw to. Down the field, he threw it to a Chief, and it's incomplete. Nearly picked off by Trent McDuffie, but he couldn't hold on. It's 4th down. I'm sure the Raiders will go for it.
Keelan Cole did a nice job there of playing defense because McDuffie was going to have a pick. Cole came in and played the part of the defender to knock it out of McDuffie's hands. Now it's 4th and 21 with Davante Adams being looked at in the blue tent.
Raiders will go on 4th down. They need 21 to keep the drive going. 4:31 left in the game. 4-man rush. Stidham's in trouble, and he is going to go down at the 35-yard line. Guess who? Colin Saunders.
Chris Jones.
Was that Jones?
Yeah, Chris
95.
Jones got him again. That's 15 sacks for Chris Jones. He's going to be high in the Defensive Player of the Year rankings. He beat Alex Bars around the outside again. That is tough duty for Bars to be blocking him one-on-one, and Chris Jones is waving goodbye to all the Raiders fans here.
6th sack of Jarrett Stidham this afternoon.
And now we have a quarterback change. And it's going to be Chad Henne from my hometown, Bill, of Wyomissing, Pennsylvania. Actually went to Wilson West Lawn High School. I used to work out with his dad. 15th year out of Michigan. 15 years. Chad's been in the NFL now.
And they'll work out of the shotgun. Got to run all the time here. And here's a big hole right side. This is Ronald Jones. And Jones just able to plow through tacklers and makes his way to the 25-yard line, gain of 9. Copyright of today's broadcast on Westwood One, owned by the NFL on behalf of its member clubs. All rights to this broadcast are reserved, and any rebroadcast, recording, retransmission, or any other use of this broadcast without the express written permission of the National Football League is strictly prohibited.
Chad smartly not even calling the play, Bill, until there's 15 seconds on the play clock. Henny understands the assignment.
2nd and 1 from the 25. Jones again. He'll get the first down. And falling forward to the 21-yard line. That'll be a first down. We got 3.5 minutes left in the game. I got to ask you, you're a former Buffalo Bill. What do you think it's going to be like? They've got the Patriots tomorrow, and all the emotion going in with Damar Hamlin's injury and now his recovery. What do you think it's going to be like in Orchard Park tomorrow afternoon?
An absolute explosion of emotion. Yeah, I mean, it is going to be an incredible emotional release for all the people that are in that stadium. You just wonder, can they sustain it? And how has the Bills' preparation been affected, if any?
Jones will take the handoff for about a yard. Yeah, I grew up there, and that area has gone through so much. You had the blizzard recently, and 40 people lost their lives. The injury in Cincinnati, the play-by-play guy suffers a stroke. I mean, let's have some good things happen in Western New York.
Well said. Chiefs are not just Henny out there. They've got 3 or 4 new offensive linemen out there, and these guys are getting their chance to play. They're coming flying off the rock. They got fresh legs.
2nd and 9. Jones the handoff running left, and they got him behind the line of scrimmage back at the 21. That should take us to the 2-minute warning. And there we are. We've reached the 2-minute warning in Las Vegas. Chiefs 31, Raiders 13. You're listening to the NFL on Westwood One.
For the ones who get it done, Grainger offers high-quality supplies and solutions for every industry, as well as access to product specialists who have the knowledge and experience to answer your toughest questions. Plus, their commitment to being your safety partner can help you keep your facilities safe and your people safer. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by.
Baseball, basketball, pickleball. Those are sports, and people love sports. If you love sports, you should know this. Drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds. Does saving have anything to do with sports? No, but people love sports, so I'm yelling sports out. Hockey, swimming, golf. Not all sports have the word ball in there, so save big when you switch to Progressive. Go sports teams!
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Potential savings will vary.
Stay tuned for part 2 of our special Saturday NFL doubleheader on Westwood One. It'll be the Titans and the Jaguars, Tom McCarthy and Jason McCourty. We'll have all the action live from Jacksonville at 8 o'clock Eastern Time, right here on most of these same Westwood One stations, via the NFL app on Alexa-enabled devices, or online at our website, westwoodonesports.com. Bill Brzezinski, Ross Tucker, finishing things up with 2 to go here. Kansas City 31, the Raiders 13. Chiefs ball at the 21 as they move right to left. It's a 3rd down and 11.
They're not going to let Henny throw it, are they? I don't know. Andy Reid, stranger things have happened. Andy Reid would not be afraid to let him throw it here. Raiders still have 1 timeout, so if they stop the Chiefs here, I bet you the Raiders use that timeout. Chad Henne did help him win that playoff game a couple years ago against the Browns. Remember that?
Yep, I do.
Mahomes came out in the divisional round, and in came Chad Henne, who made a number of plays to get the Chiefs into that conference championship game.
That was the Baker Mayfield-led Cleveland Browns.
Yeah, that's right.
He's found another life in Los Angeles, huh?
Well, he's got a big game tomorrow, right? I mean, if the Rams beat the Seahawks, than Lions versus Packers is winning in. Probably a lot of people just for their own enjoyment that are looking to see if the Rams can win that game.
Now they're going to run it on 3rd and 11. Oh, here's a nice hole for Jones. Breaks a tackle. Going to get the first down.
Wow.
My goodness. Ronald Jones, just a quick turn around the near left corner. And he left a bunch of black shirts in the dust, and he's got a 1st and goal at the 8-yard line. And now the Chiefs can just run out the clock unless the Raiders want to burn a timeout.
No, they're not going to. And Ronald Jones just left 4 or 5 Raiders in his wake there. I mean, that was a heck of a run by Jones trying to carve out a role for the postseason.
And now they'll go victory formation. And take a couple of knees here and wrap up number 1 seed in the AFC. And it would be their 14th win of the season. 14-3 regular season. We're down to a minute to go. And Ross, really this game was never in doubt. There were some, we had a chance for the Raiders to get back in this game. They had a long drive that fizzled. They ran off about 7 minutes on the clock, couldn't score a touchdown. In fact, came up empty on it. And then after that, the Chiefs moved down and scored. But I mean, Kansas City's been in total control of this game.
And they're going to get a bye. These guys are going to get some rest before their playoffs begin.
Henny takes the final knee, and that'll do it. So the Kansas City Chiefs are going to knock off the Las Vegas Raiders 31-13, and the Chiefs are now locking up the number 1 seed in the American Football Conference. For the Raiders, a disappointing season that ends with just 6 wins, and it's their 11th loss of the year. And the big question for the Raiders coming into the offseason will be their situation at quarterback, having said goodbye to David Carr. Jarrett Stidham may be in the mix, but who knows who's going to be quarterback in this team. Ross, your thoughts on what we saw today?
Well, first, from a Raiders perspective, just a very disappointing game and a very disappointing season, right? I mean, to only win 6 games after they made the playoffs a year ago with all of the turmoil and with Rich Bisaccia taking over as interim coach, you make a trade for a guy like Davante Adams. They certainly didn't expect to take this much of a step back, but that's exactly what's happened. Meanwhile, for the Chiefs, they tie the franchise record with 14 wins in a season. They're the number 1 seed again. They don't necessarily get to play an AFC championship game at home based on what happens with the Buffalo Bills moving forward, but it's a tremendous season once again for a Chiefs team that lost arguably the best receiver in the league in Tyreek Hill, and yet they still go out and play this well.
And it wasn't like Kelsey was the key today. Normally he's their go-to guy, led the team in receptions, but everybody got in the act in this ball game today. As you said, you get a touchdown, you get a touchdown. We saw a ring around the Rosie in the huddle.
Patrick Mahomes now 16-0 on the road in the AFC West in his career, which is just absurd. He's going to win the MVP again. So he'll be the 10th player ever to win multiple MVPs. I mean, what can you say? They got a great thing going, but they've only won 1 Super Bowl, right? It just shows you how hard it is to do, or how hard it is to win multiple Super Bowls.
What's the flaw in this Chiefs team?
Well, their red zone defense has not been great. They've given up a lot of passing touchdowns, and they have not been great in the giveaway category. I mean, they got the 5th most turnovers in the league. They've given the ball up 23 times, including 12 interceptions from Mahomes.
All right, well, one of the stars of this game, the rookie from Rutgers, Isaiah Pacheco, and he joins us now. He's down on the field. Isaiah, congratulations.
Thank you so much.
You had 8 carries, 64 yards, and a touchdown. The week before, you came up with 31 yards and a touchdown. Your thoughts on this win today and how well you performed?
My thoughts on this win today started with the defense. All aspects of the game, we handled what we had to do on special teams, and it just all played together and showed for itself tonight.
Isaiah, I've been asking this all season, so maybe I'll get the right answer from you. How in the heck did you not get drafted until the 7th round? What happened?
For me, I just waited my turn and just stayed patient and believed in God. I didn't question it. I knew that he had a special place for me to be, and it was here. And, God worked in mysterious ways, and, I couldn't be anywhere blessed, and it's all paying off.
Every time you get the ball, Isaiah, it looks like you're shot out of a cannon, and that's exactly what the Chiefs are going to be expecting from you in the playoffs. How excited are you to lock up the #1 seed and get the week off?
I'm so excited. It's my second playoff game in my career. So the first one was in high school, second was in NFL. I'm truly excited and blessed to be here with the leaders that I have on my team, and just ready to get to work when we get out there in the bye week. And, it might be a bye, but it's no bye. We're working.
All right, Isaiah, thank you very much. 8 carries, 64 yards, and a touchdown. Nice win for the Chiefs. Good luck in the postseason.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
All right, the rookie from Rutgers. I was going to ask him about the ring around the rosy.
He wasn't on that play.
Well, I know that, but when you watch this in practice, what's this like? You're a rookie in the NFL, and Andy Reid goes in the offensive room, and he goes, "Okay, now look, we're going to get a huddle, and we're just going to go around in a circle." And you're probably be sitting there going, "What? What are we doing?"
That reminds me, Bill. What exactly is a pocket full of posy? When you do that thing, ring around the rosy, pocket full of posy. I don't even know what is posy. How can you have a pocket full of posy?
So after this game, we've talked a little bit about this, but coming up on Westwood 1 is Tennessee and Jacksonville. The Jags have a chance. Coming into this week's action, 19 teams were in contention for a Super Bowl. It's going to be 18 after tonight. It's Tennessee and Jacksonville, Jags at home. What are your thoughts? What are the keys in that game?
Well, I think it's pretty clear for the Jacksonville Jaguars. The Titans are going to try to muddy that game up. The Titans are going to try to get physical and pound the Jaguars. I know Mike Vrabel, as a former teammate, he thinks that the Titans are just the tougher, meaner team, and they're going to try to run Derrick Henry all game long and then have Danico Autry and Jeffrey Simmons hit Trevor Lawrence play after play after play. That's going to be, they always say, styles make fights. That's going to be one heck of a contrast in styles coming up.
So our final here was 31-13. The Chiefs win over the Raiders. And it's time now to select the Wendy's player of the game. Who you got?
You know what? Patrick Mahomes is probably going to win the MVP. And I like feeling like I have a small piece of power in this world. I'm gonna name Chris Jones, Bill. He deserves it. Mahomes was fine. Mahomes made some crazy plays. He always does. But how about Chris Jones? How about giving it to a big boy? 2.5 sacks, 6 quarterback hurries. He was a dominant player, including the first drive by the Raiders. He got that sack so that they couldn't get a touchdown. Chris Jones was the most outstanding player of this game today.
The outstanding player of the game, sponsored by Wendy's with a peppermint frosty. Time to enjoy yourself. This holiday is built in. They're so rich and creamy, they're basically made for relaxing. So when it's frosty time, choose wisely. Choose Wendy's. Once again, our final score, the Kansas City Chiefs 31, the Las Vegas Raiders 13. You're listening to the NFL on Westwood 1.
This is it. The putt to win the tournament. If you sink it, the championship is yours. But on your backswing, your hat falls over your eyes. Is this how you're running your business? Poor visibility because you're relying on spreadsheets and outdated finance software? To see the full picture, you need to upgrade to NetSuite by Oracle. NetSuite is the #1 cloud financial system to power your growth. With visibility and control of your financials, inventory, HR, planning, budgeting, and more. NetSuite is everything you need to grow all in one place. With NetSuite, you can automate your processes and close your books in no time while staying well ahead of your competition. 93% of surveyed businesses increase their visibility and control after upgrading to NetSuite. Over 32,000 businesses already use NetSuite. For the new year, NetSuite is a new financing program for those ready to upgrade at netsuite.com/touchdown. Head to netsuite.com/touchdown for this special one-of-a-kind financing offer on the #1 financial system for growing businesses. netsuite.com/touchdown.
With a peppermint frosty, time to enjoy yourself is built in. You're welcome. They're so rich and creamy, a straw just won't cut it. And finishing one, it's not something you could speed through. So check your watch. Is it frosty time yet? And by by that, we mean, is it time for a moment with just you and your Frosty kicking back and doing whatever goes best with the chillest treat of the season? These peppermint Frosty treats are going fast, so when it's time for Frosty time, choose wisely, choose Wendy's.
Did you know Nissan EVs have traveled 8 billion miles? Just a quick trip to Pluto and back. And what did we learn along the way? Well, that an EV can take on the world, like the Nissan Leaf. It can move racing forward and take your breath away, like the all-new Nissan Ariya. We learned to make EVs that electrify. 8 billion miles driven by Leaf owners globally since 2010. Ariya not yet available for purchase. Expected availability late fall, subject to change.
And we are back here in Las Vegas. The fans filing out. A lot of them had red jerseys on today. The Chiefs fans traveled very well, and they leave happy because they knocked off the hometown Las Vegas Raiders 31-13. Let's look at some of the numbers. Patrick Mahomes, 18 of 26, 202 yards, 1 touchdown pass, and no mistakes. He was sacked a couple of times in this game. Isaiah Pacheco, nice game for him. 8 carries, 64 yards, led the rushing attack. And as far as receiving is concerned, Travis Kelce had the most catches for the Chiefs, 6 for 38 yards. Everybody got in the action. McKinnon with a touchdown reception, but then they had the touchdown runs from Ronald Jones. Tony had a score, and of course Pacheco as well. For the Raiders, Jarrett Stidham, 22 of 26. Or excuse me, 22 of 36 for 219 yards. He did throw a touchdown pass late in the game to Hunter Renfrow. He also threw an interception. He fumbled the ball, and they had a bunch of sacks in this game, 6 in all. The leading receiver, Hunter Renfrow, 7 for 63 as far as catches are concerned. And Devontae Adams, who left the game late, they took the helmet away, thought that he might have to be looked at for a concussion. 5 receptions for 73 yards. Josh Jacobs, he's going to try and hold on to that NFL rushing title. 17 carries for 45 yards today. Time to select the Pepto-Bismol upsetting moment of the game, Ross.
I think in terms of the Raiders and in terms of us having a competitive game, it happened with 5 minutes left in the second quarter. The Raiders had the Chiefs backed up. They were on their own 8-yard line. And they forced an incompletion. Max Crosby hit Mahomes as he was throwing the ball, forced the incompletion. The Raiders were set to get the ball in Chiefs territory, but Crosby hit Mahomes in the back of the head. They threw a roughing the passer penalty. The Chiefs end up getting the first down, obviously. They go 98 yards, ultimately get the touchdown by Kadarius Toney one play after the ring around the rosy play that got called back. And the game was kind of over at that point. I mean, that was the upsetting moment for Raiders fans and for anybody that was looking for this game to be competitive.
That's our Pepto-Bismol upsetting moment of the game. Pepto-Bismol coats and soothes for fast 5-symptom relief. For nausea, heartburn, indigestion, diarrhea, or upset stomach, use Pepto-Bismol. Fast relief when you need it most. So the Chiefs are the number 1 seed, Ross, going for the AFC going in. Are they the odds-on favorite to do this, or do we might have flips of the coin to see where some of these playoff games are staged? It might be at a neutral site for the championship. There's a lot of question marks there.
Well, yeah, I mean, at this point, the Chiefs will be playing the AFC Championship game at home unless it's against the Buffalo Bills. Because now that they won, the Bengals have no chance to have a neutral site game. You know, the Chiefs are the odds-on favorite, primarily because they get a bye now. That's significant. You know, a whole extra game they don't have to play. Meanwhile, now the Buffalo Bills, even if they win tomorrow, which they still need to do because they want to be the number 2 seed, they're going to have to play in the wild card round against one of these teams that gets in. Maybe it's Pittsburgh. Maybe it's a team like, who knows, the Miami Dolphins. But the Bills are going to have to earn it in the wild card round now as the 2 seed or the 3 seed.
And finally, just a thought, Damar Hamlin again, I think he sent an Instagram out today. Thank you, everybody, for all the support. His story was the story of the week, his recovery. It doesn't make any difference what happens on the field. The fact that he is back and the Bills are happy he's alive and he's going to be part of that team in some way, shape, or form. A bad story to start the week, but certainly a spectacular one to finish the week.
Thursday, when the really positive news came out, was the best part of my week, and I think a lot of people feel the same way. And it was nice to kind of get back to football here today, Bill. There's another game tonight, and at least feel like some sense of normalcy after what had been a really trying week for everybody in the football community.
Chiefs win it 31-13 over the Raiders. Right now, let's send it back to Scott Graham in our Westwood One studios. Scott?
Thank you, Bill. And by the way, Ross, just to clear 1 point up before we say goodbye for the remainder of this broadcast, the pocket full of posy actually is flowers in a pocket. And it's not that much fun. It had to do with the plague, and they thought that they were figuring out a way to ward off disease. Does that help?
I guess so. I've never heard of posy. Posies are flowers? We don't have those at our house.
Posies are flowers. Yeah, put them in your pocket, and you ward off the plague.
And by the way, Scott, don't try to act like you already knew that. I know you Googled that and came up with that so that you had something to say to me at this point in the broadcast. I don't believe for a second that you already had that information in your brain.
Travel safe, guys.
Thank you.
All right, thanks, Scott.
Kansas City with a big win over the Raiders. How did this one come down? How did this one go? Well, this one was a game that you kind of expected the Chiefs were going to come out and be able to flex a little bit of muscle when they found out this week that just a victory over the Raiders, trying for their 5th in a row against Las Vegas, and they would be the number 1 overall seed. Kansas City got the ball first in this ball game, and it didn't take them long to show that they were going for it early.
Play action fake. Mahomes back in the pocket. Wants the deep ball. Airs it out. Far left sideline. Caught at the 30. Into the 20. And finally towards the pylon and out of bounds. Justin Watson came in motion far side left. Nobody picked him up down the sideline. He was wide open. Big pass by Mahomes. 66 yards. Amik Robertson finally on the stop.
Huge play set the tone on the first drive for Kansas City. In fact, it took them only 5 plays to complete it. But when you talk about completing it, Patrick Mahomes does it in ways that not everybody does.
How about 3 tight ends wide left? McKinnon, the running back, just outside the 2, 3rd and goal, Kansas City. Mahomes back in the pocket, scrambling far side left. He's still got it at the 5, shovels it forward. Touchdown to McKinnon. And he made it look easy. A typical Mahomes pass, a shovel forward with the right hand. Nobody on McKinnon. Touchdown, Kansas City.
You wonder how anybody could leave McKinnon alone as hot as he has been. His 9th touchdown over the last 6 games. His 6th straight game receiving a touchdown as a primary running back. That's actually an NFL record. Harrison Butker's extra point was good. And we were just a little bit more than 2 minutes into this ball game. Kansas City had a 7-0 lead. Now, what the Raiders did in this game was they put together some very extended drives with Jarrett Stidham. First time they had the ball, it was a 10-play drive that took 5.5 minutes. Problem for the Raiders was they had a lot of difficulty getting into the end zone in the first half of this game. Daniel Carlson hit a 54-yard field goal to make it a 7-3 ball game, and Kansas City went back to work, this time with a shorter field and a shorter drive. As we began the second quarter, they capped off 3 plays and 44 yards after picking off an interception, and they extended their lead.
McKinnon will go in motion, stops as a slot right, but it's a running play right up the gut. 2-1 touchdown, Ronald Jones. They just pushed the defensive line back, a little motion right. Jones came back up the middle, 2-yard touchdown, and the Chiefs are ahead 13-3.
First play of the second quarter, it was 14-3 after the extra point. The Raiders got the ball back and put together by far their most impressive drive of the game until the fourth quarter. This was 14 plays. It was 74 yards, and it was zeroing in on 9 full minutes off the clock. They took off more than half of the second quarter trying to get back into this ball game. They were knocking at the door, and they decided, down by 11 from just outside the 2-yard line, they were going to go for it on 4th down.
4th down, Raiders at the 2 of Kansas City. Stidham works out of the gun. Stidham has it, flushed out of the pocket right, scrambling, throws in the end zone, incomplete. Tried to get it to Devontae Adams. He was hoping for a flag. There are none, and that'll be a turnover on downs. That was the 14th play of the drive, and they come up empty.
Really an amazing run in terms of that drive, and amazing as well with 2 extended drives in this game that all Las Vegas had to show for it at this point was 3 points. Kansas City got another opportunity coming right off of that drive. They took over at their own 2-yard line. And with a little bit more than 6 minutes left to go in the half, they went on a march. It was aided, as you heard in our post-game show, by Max Crosby and a foolish roughing the passer penalty on an incomplete throw on 3rd down by Patrick Mahomes. It extended the drive, and that drive went all the way down deep into Raiders territory. Now, as we've talked about, trying to describe it to you if you haven't seen it, the Chiefs broke out the ring around a rosy huddle. That is, all of their 11 players in a huddle circling around and around and around and around until they broke to their individual positions. And then it was a toss and a toss to Mahomes and a throwback, and they got into the end zone, but they were stopped due to a penalty. Ultimately, they got another chance from a much more traditional approach and pretty much the same result.
So the ball's back at the 11. It's 2nd down and 5. Here's another end around to Tony. Breaks the tackle 10, 5. And did he get the pylon? Yes. Touchdown, Chiefs. Kadarius Toney on the sweep around. Came in motion from the far right side. And once again, able to shake off the initial tackle. Takes it in the end zone. 11-yard touchdown. And the Chiefs are up 20-3.
Extra point was good. It was 21-3. To quote an old friend of mine from NFL Films, they were doing what they liked and taking what they pleased. They even got another field goal after a Jarrett Stidham fumble gave them a short field with just seconds to go in the half. Harrison Butker hit from 44 yards out to make it a 24-3 game at halftime. The Raiders again moved the ball on a drive in the 3rd quarter. First time they touched the ball. 13 full plays and 8 minutes off the clock. Again, they could not find a way into the end zone. Just the field goal from Carlson to make it a 24-6 game. And then Kansas City put a bow on this one with a drive that extended from the beginning of the 4th quarter to just the 11-minute mark. 7 plays and 62 yards. And it was time for Kansas City to have their coronation as the number 1 seed.
3rd down and goal, just inside the 1. McKinnon will go in motion right. Mahomes, little counterplay up the middle. It's a touchdown for Pacheco. Easy drive that started to throw 38. And 7 plays later, they're in the end zone, and the Chiefs are out all over the Raiders, 30-6.
That looked a lot like the counter they ran to Kadarius Toney earlier in the game, except this time it goes to Isaiah Pacheco when he gets it on the scoring spree. You get a touchdown, and you get a touchdown, and you get a touchdown, Isaiah Pacheco.
That is Ross Oprah Tucker with the call, and Chiefs basically put this ball game away. It was 31-6. Ultimately, the Raiders did cash in on one of their drives in the 4th quarter at the end of 10 plays and 75 yards. Hunter Renfrow with an 11-yard touchdown catch from Jarrett Stidham. All that changed, though, was the final score in this one as Kansas City wins it 31-13. The Chiefs, 7 times division champions, once again are a number 1 seed as they finish the regular season at 14-3. The Raiders finish a disappointing regular season and season in all at 6-11. We come back, we're going to start to take a look ahead at what we have got coming up later on tonight. Once again, our final score, Chiefs 31, Raiders 13. You're listening to the NFL on Westwood One.
Feeling great starts with a great shave, and a great shave starts with Barbasol Shaving Cream. That's Barbasol Shaving Cream, an American classic for over 100 years. You're looking good, America. You're shaving with Barbasol.
Barbasol.
Sports are easy to disagree on. Let's see what happens when sports talk hosts talk about something they agree on.
No, hold on. I'm saying drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds.
Well, I disagree. I think drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds.
Come on, man. Wait, I think we're saying the same thing.
Oh, so what do we do now?
Everyone agrees that drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. National average 12-month savings by new customer surveyed who saved with Progressive between June 2020 and May 2021. Potential savings will vary.
For everything your business needs to make this year your year, Staples has you covered.
I need to organize all my papers and files from last year and the year before that.
Staples has you covered.
I need to clear clutter from my office, and my home office, and my home.
Staples has you covered with everything you need to get organized this year at amazing savings. Right now at Staples, get up to 50% off select file folders, file cabinets, file boxes, and storage bins. Make this year your year at Staples, the working and learning store. Ends 1/28 in store only.
Save now on appliances and more at the Truckload event at Lowe's. Get an additional 10% off all in-store clearance appliances and take home what you buy same day. Plus, get more store-wide savings on brands like Project Source. Get a 15-quart storage tote for free when you buy a 66-quart storage tote. Shop the Truckload event in-store or online today. Exclusions apply. While supplies last. Selection varies by location. See Lowe's.com for details. Buy item 5216021. Get item 5216022. Valid 1/5 through 1/11.
Barbasol Shaving Cream is available in 5 fantastic flavors to customize your close shave. Whether it's original, soothing aloe, or Pacific Rush, there's one for every face. Find your favorite Barbasol today.
Barbasol. Welcome back to the postgame show. Following Kansas City's 31-13 win over the Las Vegas Raiders, the Chiefs wrap up the number 1 overall seed in the AFC playoffs. Scott Graham in our studios for Westwood 1, and we've got another game coming up after this one, a game with more than just playoff implications, a division title on the line tonight in just a few minutes as Tennessee gets set to take on Jacksonville. For a preview of tonight's ball game, let's head out to the two guys calling the action at TIAA Bank Field, Tom McCarthy and Jason McCourty. Guys?
All right, Scott, thank you very much. The crowd is filing in. We've done many games here in Jacksonville where the crowd has not been this thick, Jason. But this is, as we were talking to our buddy Tony Baselli about, this is one of the biggest games, regular season games, that the Jaguars have had.
Yeah, without a doubt. And I think especially when you look at the way the season started for them, struggling, starting out 2-6, and then turning things around, winning their last 4 and their last 6 out of 8. This is a team who's finally realized what they're capable of, and they put it together throughout the latter part of the season.
You played in some big games, even with the Titans during your career. How big of a moment is this for a guy like Trevor Lawrence?
It's huge. I think for a young guy, you want to see what this atmosphere feels like. Last year, it was a totally different year for Jacksonville under the coaching staff, and now you have an opportunity this late in the season to play in a meaningful game. He's yet to play in the playoffs, so an opportunity like tonight, you go out there prime time, everybody's watching, you show up, you take your team to the postseason, everybody's going to be looking at them to kind of ascend to the rest of those AFC quarterbacks.
Yeah, the winner of this game wins the AFC South. The Titans, despite the fact they've lost 6 straight, still have a chance to get to the postseason. Does Derrick Henry know what the burden is on his shoulders?
No one is calling him Derrick Henry tonight. Every Tennessee Titans fan is looking for King Henry tonight. They're going to need that type of performance.
The magic of the FA Cup is on SiriusXM FC. Don't miss a clash of giants tomorrow. It's Manchester City's scoring machine.
De Bruyne, left foot shot, so easy, so good, so clinical.
Against a star-laden Chelsea side.
Through for Kai Havertz, that is a stunning second goal for Chelsea.
Don't miss the FA Cup on SiriusXM FC. Coverage kicks off tomorrow at 11:30 Eastern on SiriusXM FC 157 and the SXM app.
NFL before getting his first start last week on that Thursday night game versus the Cowboys. So for him, this is a huge opportunity to get his team in the playoffs, but even bigger personally to make sure he's on somebody's roster next year.
All right, so we're about 20 minutes before the start of this ball game, Scott, and Doug Peterson just got a standing ovation as he walked along the sidelines meeting with some folks down on the near side of the field. It's a great atmosphere. Scott, we'll go back to you in our Westwood One studios.
All right, thank you very much, guys. Looking forward to it. It is coming up in just a bit from Jacksonville. By the way, we've mentioned it a couple of times. This game is for the division title. Tennessee loses, they're out. Jacksonville loses this game. They live until tomorrow, but they would need New England, Miami, and Pittsburgh to all lose to qualify as the AFC wild card. Coming up, we're going to keep looking at our primetime games with playoff implications. A peek ahead to Sunday Night Football, Detroit and Green Bay, with Lions head coach Dan Campbell. Once again, our final in this one, Kansas City 31, the Raiders 13. You're listening to the NFL on Westwood One.
Football is a game of inches, and while we've advanced the ball down the field, our efforts to achieve equality are still far from the goal. But we are in it for the long haul. For years, P&G has used its voice to shine a light on inequalities and bias, and through their Take on Race platform, actionable change is being made. P&G is dedicated to investing in the future of boys and men of color, supporting the success of black women entrepreneurs, funding efforts that will improve the child care industry in the U.S., and much more. So we invite you to join P&G and take action to ensure the home field advantage is everyone's advantage. Go to pg.com/takeonrace to learn more. That's pg.com/takeonrace and engage in a quest for a more equitable world for everyone.
Barbasol Shaving Cream is available in 5 fantastic flavors to customize your close shave. Whether it's original, soothing aloe, or Pacific Rush, there's one for every face. Find your favorite Barbasol today.
Barbasol. I'm Bob Burke, founder and chairman of Burke America Parts Group, a family of brands that includes RepairClinic.com, an appliance and HVAC parts solution company that's grown into an international brand. Before AmericanEagle.com, we partially launched a new technology platform developed by another firm. American Eagle helped take our technology to a whole new level with digital marketing, software development, and business insights into our key markets, appliances, HVAC, and outdoor power equipment, and did so both on time and on budget. AmericanEagle.com has the resources, experience, and talent needed to produce solutions. Our new technology platform, developed by AmericanEagle.com, has produced tremendous results with higher traffic, conversion, engagement, and online revenue. If you have any home repairs you need to take care of, check us out at RepairClinic.com. If you need a world-class website or technology project, then I would highly recommend AmericanEagle.com.
Call AmericanEagle.com at 773-NETWORK. That's AmericanEagle.com, 773-NETWORK.
Scott Graham from our Westwood One studios. If you're just joining us, Kansas City, an easy win over the Raiders in the final regular season game for both teams, 31-13, the final. And with that, the Kansas City Chiefs wrap up the number 1 overall seed. They will have a bye next week on Super Wild Card Weekend in the playoffs. Now, you take a look at what we've got coming up later on this weekend. I'm talking about tomorrow night here on Westwood One, another game with huge playoff implications as Green Bay has a win and they're in situation at Lambeau Field as they host the Detroit Lions. As of right now, Detroit is still alive in this one as well. That'll depend on what Seattle does a little bit earlier before they play. But for Green Bay, this was a team that might have been left for dead after Week 12, but they have rallied back and now control their own destiny. Aaron Rodgers is used to playing in huge games with playoff implications and, of course, playoff games. He kind of needs to rally the rest of the troops around him.
You know, we've played in some pretty big games over the years, and at the same time, it's a young league. You know, not a lot of guys in here have been a part of those big games. You know, there's a smattering of guys for sure, but there's always new guys that got to feel what that pressure feels like of a true win and in, lose and go home scenario. You know, I think that helps some of those old guys who have experience with it. It just depends on how guys can handle the anxiety and the pressure leading up to it. Once the game starts, it's football.
So they will host a Detroit Lions team that's already beaten them once this year, but Detroit had to claw their way back after a slow start. Their head coach, Dan Campbell, basically helped lead his team back with a red-hot offense and an opportunistic defense. I asked him this week how he feels about his young team making this kind of a show.
Look, I'm very proud of this team. And I knew at the end of last year, the guys that were part of this team, the vets that we had kept and the draft picks that we had, and then, you know, to start the way we did, this was a special group. And even at 1-6, I knew we had a special group of guys together. And you don't know how it's all going to turn out, but I knew we weren't going to just continue to lose. I did know that. And it takes a win, you get a win, and pretty soon everything starts going your way and you figure out ways to win instead of figuring out ways to lose at the end. So it is a special group of guys. Brad Holmes and myself built it that way. It starts with people. And so it's those guys in the locker room, and we got a good core unit. We got great leaders, and the staff is outstanding.
Your offense has been prolific this year, and it's something that has, I think, surprised a lot of people when people realize going into Week 18, the team with more 30-point games than anybody in the league is not the Bills. It's not the Kansas City Chiefs. It's you guys. Did you see the offensive explosion coming for this team as you started to get your legs under you during the course of the year?
Well, I think more than anything, we knew the potential was always here because, first of all, we feel like we have the best offensive line in the league. Having those guys gives us a ton of flexibility in the run game and in pass protection, which allows Goff now to really maximize what he's good at. And so with a good run game and good run play action pass with a quarterback who is very accurate, we felt like, man, we could do something here. And so, you know, you don't always know where it's going to go, but we did feel like we could move the ball and we could score some points. And, you know, it's been that and then some. And look, I got to give a lot of credit to Ben Johnson on that as well. I mean, he's been an integral part of that, the whole staff, but certainly him, Johnny Morton, who we got from Vegas. I've known for a lot of years, worked under Gruden. I got to give those guys a lot of credit, man.
You talk about Jared, and I'm sure that every quarterback would love to get into that kind of rhythm where they feel like they can do what they want to do out there. They've got options and they can do what they do best. I'm not saying that the confidence level may not have been there, but it appears that that confidence level for him, or that comfort level, call it what you want, has grown during the course of the year. Is that accurate?
It's very accurate, Scott. It's very accurate. I feel like he's particularly, look, he was playing pretty well early in the year when we weren't winning. The problem was there was a turnover here, there's a turnover there, and you know, there was just a couple of things that would bite us. And what's happened over this last stretch of the season here is he is gaining confidence. He's still throwing it well, but now he's making outstanding decisions. I mean, rarely does he make a ill-advised throw or make a decision that's not for the best of us. So I really do believe every week he's getting a little more comfortable. And it's getting to the point now where it's hard not to go for it on fourth down because you really believe he's always going to find a throw. He's going to make something happen.
The Packers have the mystique. Let's take the mystique and the Lambeau and all of that out of this. But you know this team. You obviously know this team well, a divisional opponent. You see them multiple times a year. How do you beat the Packers?
Yeah, well, look, I will tell you this. It takes all three phases because that's really this 4-game winning streak they're on right now, that's really what they've done. They're able to hurt you in all three phases. And so we know that we're going to need all three phases to pick up the slack on our end. I think that's first and foremost. I do believe offensively, there again, you're going to hear it every week, but we have to be able to run the football. And then our defense, we have to shut down their run game because, quite frankly, that's another one of the things they're doing a really good job of as of late is they're handing this ball off to Jones and Dillon, and they're doing it a number of times, but they're very efficient running the ball. And now, all of a sudden, when you do that with Aaron Rodgers, you opened up the candy shop. So I think everything starts there. And then for us on special teams, we cannot allow Nixon to get going. You know, he can hurt you in the return game.
Dan Campbell and his Detroit Lions, they hope by the time kickoff comes that they actually are playing for a playoff spot tomorrow night. Sunday Night Football here on many of these same stations. Our coverage begins at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. I talked with Dan Campbell this week. I talked with a number of people this week because of our extended schedule from around the National Football League. And the conversation began and sometimes almost ended with Damar Hamlin. What we saw on Monday night was something that shocked all of us and saddened all of us when the young man suffered cardiac arrest on the field and actually had to be brought back to life by emergency personnel. As it turned out, a sad story, and Bill Rosinski mentioned this as he was closing out the broadcast, turned into a much more positive one as the week went on. By Thursday, we found that he was communicating with family members and being able to communicate by writing things down on a pad of paper. Things got even better by Friday, yesterday, when he got an opportunity with his breathing tube taken out to FaceTime with his own teammates, something that Bills head coach Sean McDermott talked about after it happened.
To see Damar, number one, through my own eyes, and to watch the reaction in the room with the players and the staff and the team. They didn't know that we were going to do that, and to get to Zoom, and when he came on the screen, they stood up right away and clapped for him and, yelled some things to him. And somewhere in the midst of that, and it was a little bit hard to hear, but he said, "I love you, boys." And, of course, I got the guys.
I don't know how you don't have a tear in your eye. And watching what's happening with this young man today on Instagram, his quote, "When you put real love out into the world, it comes back to you 3 times as much. The love has been overwhelming, but I'm thankful for every single person that prayed for me and reached out." What an unbelievably inspiring story that something that appeared to be tragic in the beginning of the week has turned into here. And, of course, the league has rallied around him. The number of number threes that you're seeing around the National Football League is truly stunning. Keep going, Damar. You're doing just great in working your way back. We're going to wrap things up when we return. Once again, our final score, Kansas City 31, the Raiders 13. You're listening to the NFL on Westwood One.
The NFL is headed back to Las Vegas for the reimagined Pro Bowl games presented by Verizon. Watch the league's best show off their talent in the first ever AFC versus NFC flag football game. New skills challenges on and off the field, and even a special live concert performance. The 2023 Pro Bowl games presented by Verizon, Sunday, February 5th, 12 p.m. Pacific at Allegiant Stadium, Las Vegas. Visit ProBowl.com/tickets to buy your tickets today.
Final score, Kansas City 31, Las Vegas 13. You've been listening to the NFL on Westwood One. Today's broadcast has been sponsored by CDW, by Barbasol Shaving Cream, by Culligan Water, by Progressive Insurance, by AutoZone, and by NFL.com. I want to thank our crew for this afternoon. Studio coordinator Curtis Poindexter, studio producer Brian Finkelstein. Production assistance provided by Jeremy Knight and Janet Tuna Sugar. Sorry, Janet. Our statistician, Jane Kading, our spotter, Mike Taylor, our engineer, Rick Cutler, producer, Larry Costigan, coordinating producer, Mike Eby, and executive producer of Westwood One Sports is Howard Deneroff. Stay tuned for Game 2 of our special Saturday NFL doubleheader here on Westwood One. Coming up next, the Tennessee Titans and the Jacksonville Jaguars for the AFC South Division title. Tom McCarthy and Jason McCourty are standing by to bring you all the action. Then join us again tomorrow for the season finale of Sunday Night Football. The Green Bay Packers host the Detroit Lions. And of course, Westwood One is the only place for exclusive audio coverage of every NFL postseason game, from the wild card round all the way to Super Bowl 57 in Arizona. The NFL playoffs are on Westwood One. You can catch all those games right here on many of these same stations, the NFL app. We're streamed live for free on our website, westwoodonesports.com. Once again, our final score from Las Vegas. Kansas City Chiefs 31, the Las Vegas Raiders 13. Kansas City is the number 1 seed in the AFC. For Bill Rosinski and Ross Tucker, I'm Scott Graham. Thanks for joining us. You've been listening to the NFL on Westwood One.